excellence since 1936. Let the gobbler get it. KERX Paris Fort Smith. You're listening to ESPN 95.3. They're on a mission.
There is no giving on this day. So I'm hoping we're in, okay?
$1,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off. Or lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer EV. With hands-free driving assistance, go 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds for as low as $800 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Shirley's Tax Service has been serving the River Valley for 49 years and has won the Times record Best of the Best 8 years running. Shirley's is in the top 2% of independent tax offices nationwide. Shirley's takes pride in providing superior service at a price a working person can afford. Shirley's has 6 locations, now open in Ozark. So if you're looking for the best, fast, friendly, professional service in town at a price a working person can afford, call Shirley's Tax Service today, 922-1040. That's 922-1040.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages, or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time every time.
Let's go.
It's Hot Wing Madness at TGI Fridays in Fort Smith. Hey, this is Phil Elson. Join me and Matt Jones for Halftime Live at TGI Fridays in Fort Smith for the first 2 days on Thursday and Friday of the Big Dance. Chow down on 50-cent wings, $3 pints, and $15 buckets of beer. Hot Wing Madness is back. 50-cent wings Thursday and Friday at TGI Fridays, I-540 and Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Now, you got to understand, when I go on vacation, I'm not going to give you any action shots. I mean, I'm not one of these guys that I get up in the morning and we're going to go out on the water, we're going to do this and that. I mean, we're going to have some big day. No, I'm not doing that.
What is an action shot?
Well, I mean, like, you know, if you wanted to have some sort of, some sort of shot of, what you and I do on vacation, I would be sitting and staring out at the water.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
You guys got your brackets done? I mean, it's Tuesday. We got play-in games tonight.
I'm the worst bracket filler-outer of all time. There's a chance that I won't fill one out. It happens every year. I don't. I'm just not any good at it.
I do it at the last minute.
I want to overthink it, and I want to be serious about it, and it just doesn't work. This year, I think I'm going to put myself on like a timer, and I'm going to pour a beverage. I'll let you guys choose the beverage. And it's going to be like a team, a sip, a team, a sip, a team, a sip until I'm done. And I'm going to see how that works.
You'll have High Point winning the national championship by the time we're done.
Yeah, Seth Davis has High Point winning the first game.
He's got him going to the Sweet 16, I think, doesn't
he? Okay. Can we talk about this for a second?
Well,
bring it in.
Bart's all about it. This is Bart's time of year.
Seth Davis.
Bart's been in the lab all night, trust me.
Insistence on picking some outlandish update as soon as the bracket is announced is one of my favorite gimmicks of Selection Sunday.
Does anybody
because
do
it just makes me laugh like the whole time. He's like, right there, seen it for the first time.
Wow, Bart's yelling.
Wow, he's fired up
this morning.
I mean, he said right before we went on the air, he said, "What a great time to be alive." You know,
He did.
We all looked at him like, "What are you talking?"
Well, that
about?
was because he did something like he handed you some notes or whatever, and you said thank you. And I said, "Oh, we're doing pleasantries this morning. We've got like hospitality and thank yous." And
I am sneakily polite.
You are. No, you're excited. You're obviously in a good mood because first stop Chuck and Bo show, second stop XNA, third stop Providence. That's your day.
That's my day.
You'll be in Providence this afternoon.
Mid-afternoon. That's exactly right.
Wondering who's going to invite you to what swanky
That's
restaurant.
right. Where am I going to eat tonight? That'll be my assignment.
Meanwhile, we'll
when we
be
get
back
there
here
today.
just doing the old routine.
I know. But I'll be with you in the morning. And
You will.
7 o'clock Eastern time. So in
Oh,
my
that's-
mind,
oh.
I'll have that
That's why
psychological
you're on
extra
fire.
hour of sleep.
Yeah, that's why you're excited. Plus, you don't have to get up as early. You kind of roll over,
That's
get out of
right.
bed,
Well, I do
fire
that
cup of
anyway.
coffee up. Yeah, but you don't have to drive in.
No, you're right.
You just walk
You're
over
right.
to the desk that
That's
you
right.
set up the night before.
I'll set it up tonight.
Yep.
That's exactly right.
And you're ready to go.
That's right.
And we'll get the best of Chuck tomorrow.
Well,
because
you'll
a well-rested Chuck
That's right.
is the best kind of Chuck.
I will be good tonight and stay in. And you'll get the best version of me tomorrow, I promise.
You know, Chuck, like you've got
I'm
time
too old
tonight.
to go do stuff.
Well, dinner. It's dinner.
Believe me. It's
dinner.
Hanging out in the room watching TV sounds like a great night to me.
I'm right there
I am
with
a
you.
party guy.
Listen, I'm right there with you. A nice dinner among friends, maybe followed by a tiramisu or a glass of wine, and then how close am I to my room? Because that's where I'm going.
There was a time
I
we
might
would go
sneak
out.
a Reese's peanut butter cup on the way into bed.
I have dessert at the restaurant. And
I'm talking about after that.
But there was a time when you'd go out to dinner on the road. And when dinner was over, that's when the night really started. Dinner was just a prelim.
Yeah.
Now it's like, and it's the standard deal. Hey, I got to go up to my room and make a phone call. I'll be right back down. And when someone says that, you're never going to see them again.
No.
At least not that night.
Well, and you come to respect it.
That's right.
You come to respect it because at this point, it's not even a choice.
No.
It's like murdering yourself throughout
That's
the
right.
rest of the evening
No.
to do that.
I can't do it.
Like, it's not even a good time. I mean, when you get up at 4:30 in the morning, well, for you, 5:30 in the morning.
I was up at the crack of 5 this morning now.
It's a different kind of deal. I was down at the practice facility yesterday, by the way, and there's a March buzz going on down there.
There really is. They're excited. They're excited to be there. This is why they came here. And I don't think they really care where they're seated. And there's not a team out there. There may be fan bases out there, but there's not a team out there that's thinking about last week, thinking about any of the games they lost. I'm sure there's some, they're thinking about some of the good things they've done and why they're there. But I just think everybody's got the attitude right now of, let's go play and see if we can survive and play again on Saturday.
These guys came here to be professional basketball players. This reminds me, and I've talked about this over the years a few times, I was always enamored by Alabama football when in 2018 I was there for training camp, and we did a show called Training Days on ESPN, and it was 4 episodes, 1 a week, but I was there for basically 30 straight days. And it was the feeling I got being there, Chuck, was everybody there was there to go to the NFL. Everybody. With rare exception. Maybe a walk-on here or there who probably had aspirations to be some big-time coach. But the core of the organization was all built to, you come here, you go to school. We're going to help you with that, by the way. You can't possibly fail here unless you want to. Like, we're going to be here every step along the way. And that's the way schools are set up, which is fine. But everybody there was there with the intent to better themselves for the NFL. And that's what the Arkansas basketball program feels like now. And you may say, while hearing that, well, they went 8-10 in conference play, and then, they're a 10 seed, and like, Lottie freaking da, we'd really like to have, a top seed in the tournament. Well, you're not paying attention to everything that's happened this year, okay? But I'm telling you, within the organization, that's the culture that they're building at Arkansas and what they have this year. And those guys really believe that they're as talented as anybody in the country. if you go around asking these players to a man, it does, by the way, I don't know if you realize this, it doesn't matter what I think, and it doesn't matter what you think. It matters what they think. I mean, big time. That you want to talk about a dangerous team, find a team that actually thinks pretty highly of themselves in the right kind of way.
Well, and, here's the thing. They've got a tough matchup on Thursday, and Kansas is a really good team. But as Cal said, Arkansas is too. So I think it's a great matchup. And the more I think about it, the more I think about how, this is a matchup that you might set the bracket up to be a second-round game, as opposed to be a first-round game. But Arkansas is going to have to play well. But if they do, they, as we've seen, they're as good as anybody out there. If they play well, they can beat Kansas. And I'm sure Kansas feels the same way.
Thanks to Hogs Plus, we can go behind the scenes.
There's
here
some
for
good stuff here.
Yeah, behind the scenes, this is Cal talking to the team before they were selected. This is at his house.
There is no given on this day. So I'm hoping we're in, okay? I don't care the seed, who we play, and my guess is you don't either. Let's just get in and go do what we do. And it has been, for me, an unbelievable ride because you guys never quit. You just keep fighting every game we play. And if we do that in this next couple weeks, you're going to find out, like, holy cow, we are as good as anybody in the country.
Yeah. I mean, anybody believe that?
I believe when they play well, they're as good as anybody out there. I think they can hang with anyone. I mean, they played Auburn, close ball game at their place. Tennessee blew them out, but they were struggling at that point. Cal had some thoughts on Alabama after that game, even when they lost. So there's
you think anybody in the SEC, you made the point yesterday that you were glad Arkansas landed where they did in the bracket so they wouldn't have to play an Alabama or a Tennessee in the second round. Do you think Alabama or Tennessee would really look forward to playing Arkansas in a second round now either?
No, and that's the reason I was hoping you wouldn't have SEC teams matched up against one another like that in the second round. Sometimes I guess it's inevitable. But as I've said before, I just think there's going to be almost some relief on the part of some of these teams out there that they're not playing somebody from the Southeastern Conference or somebody that's ranked as highly as these teams are. It doesn't mean you're not going to play a good team, and it doesn't mean they can't end your season today, but I've got to think that there's psychologically there's a little bit of difference there.
Well, there's a difference in this time of year. You can feel it in the air. Like the spring activities are beginning, and March Madness is right in the middle of it, and we got play-in games starting when?
Tonight.
Yeah, we got games tonight. The NCAA tournament begins tonight officially.
It's not Wednesday. It's tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight and tomorrow.
One more time. The NCAA tournament begins when?
Technically tonight.
Tonight. March Madness begins when? Tonight. It's here. Tonight.
p.m.
Tonight.
Central.
5:40.
Holy
Francis
smokes.
and Alabama State tip-off.
Oh, wow.
Must-see TV right there.
Hey, it's do or die. It is must-see TV.
I enjoy
At least
watching
the last 3 minutes will be.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
That game is on True TV. And then at 8:10 p.m. this evening, also on True TV, North Carolina and San Diego State.
Ooh, go Aztecs.
Okay, we got to talk about
Does
North
America
Carolina
pull for North? Yeah, I mean,
back.
this is like
we got to talk about it. And
yeah,
we're also going to talk
huge.
about. I want you to give me some guesses on promos that we'll see. What kind of shows are on True TV that you didn't know were there that will pop up in this game tonight? Like Baywatch is back on True TV.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
It's a reboot. It's a reboot of Baywatch.
Like, what are they showing on True TV? Can you get the
World's
TV
Dumbest
guide
Criminals
out
or something?
I want to know if somebody can guess one show on True TV that will be promoted in one of these games tonight. That's what I'm going to be watching for. Cops. 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Thursdays on True TV. Hey, it's tax season as well. You got to get that done. If you haven't yet, H&R Block can make it easy for you. Make an appointment or just walk in and get 100% accuracy and your max refund guaranteed. 70 years of tax expertise going to work for you at H&R Block. It is Tuesday morning. Chuck's about to go to Providence later today. The Hogs are headed to the NCAA tournament, and it's 6:14. Good morning.
When you went into the Hall of Fame, I think it was at a Western Sizzling.
I think it was. It was at a motel. It wasn't a hotel. It was a motel.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
If you suffer from sleep apnea, but you can't stand wearing your CPAP machine, I've got good news. And you need it because not wearing your CPAP can lead to severe health problems.
Sleep is probably God's gift of medicine that we really don't utilize enough. If you don't have good sleep, you're not only affecting your body, it can affect your heart, it can affect your lungs, it can increase weight gain. If you don't get good sleep, you also are not filtering your brain well. So sleep's very, very important.
Dr. Scotty Boulding, who's an Arkansas native and world-renowned surgeon, has proven surgical alternatives that can improve your airway and help you breathe better.
If you have obstructive sleep apnea, it needs to be treated. So you need to be wearing your CPAP. So if you're not wearing your CPAP, there are some potential surgical solutions that can help you that actually work today. By correcting the jaw deformities that may be causing this obstructive sleep apnea is where we focus.
Call Dr. Boulding's office today at 479-755-3000 for a consultation and tell them you heard it on the Chuck and Bo Show.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
There's nothing we enjoy saying more than I told you so.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Call Wade Gilkey or Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
Winter has arrived, bringing frosty mornings, holiday travels, and unpredictable roads. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we've got you covered. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your vehicle for everything winter has in store. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
Man, I wish I knew you were here. We hear that every day at In Stock Parts, located off Highway 45 across from the cold storage in Fort Smith. Are you a maintenance technician, landscaper, farmer, or a do-it-yourselfer in need of bearings, belts, or roller chain? Or safety supplies like gloves, safety glasses, or earplugs? Maybe you need drill bits, tap and die sets, lubricants, or even a gas-powered pump or generator. Don't waste your time driving around. Stop by In Stock Parts, your industrial parts resource, or check them out online at InStockParts.com. In Stock Parts.
Save up to $5,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover, for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
You backtrack as well as anybody out there. I mean, I got to give you credit for that. That is a seven-step drop. I will give you that.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
It's getting up to the 80s today. It's going to be.
It's incredible.
It's going to be warm. What is it in Providence? I know you've looked.
A high today of 51.
Okay.
It's going to be a little cooler there.
Anything nice around there? Are you like on the shore? Or are you?
Well, there's from what I gather, there's some water that comes in there. There's a bay. There's a bay of some sort. I don't know the name of it, but
there's some water that
Are you going to go sailing?
I doubt I'd go sailing. There's a
What
lot
is
of
Rhode Island known for? I feel like it's
well,
like I've got like Cape Cod in my mind.
I did the Google search thing. You know, we were there once before, but I don't remember much about it.
Let's do it now.
So things to do.
Things
and things to do. Downtown Providence. We're staying right by the arena, and so the first thing that came up was something called Roger Williams Park. That's not a good sign. When just a park.
Oh, it's fine.
Well, but I mean, it shouldn't be number one. I mean, maybe in the top 5, but not number one.
I mean, you're not that
Yeah, you
far
do have
from-
some
there's
water
a nice
that comes in there.
arboretum. You know, there's some things like that
Yeah,
there.
look
If
at
you want to go look at some architecture,
You're not that far from Cape Cod.
I know.
They've got a bridge. There's a bridge.
There
You
is a
go look at
bridge
the
there.
bridge there. That
So,
goes over. What is that body of water, Bart?
The Atlantic Ocean.
No, is it?
Well, there's
it
a
looks
bay.
like a river.
There's a bay.
Oh well,
or a
I mean, the
river or
Providence
something.
River flows in from the Atlantic Ocean.
Oh well, like everybody knows
said-
that.
He said,
you know,
the
it's
Atlantic.
common knowledge.
I said, what is that body of water?
I didn't know.
And I'm looking at a river with a bridge over it,
Yeah.
and he says it's the Atlantic Ocean.
Well, I'm zoomed out a little further
Yeah.
than you are on my map
Yeah,
here.
that's what happens
Well,
when you look at it cold.
yeah.
You know.
Martha's Vineyard, right there. You know,
Is it really?
Where is that? Yeah, where's Martha's Vineyard?
it's southeast of Providence.
So it's
Maybe
like
I'll drive out
it's a
there.
2-hour drive, I think, from like Manhattan.
Yeah, it's fairly close.
Boston's
Yeah.
same.
I
2
don't think you're
hours from
driving
Boston.
out to Martha's Vineyard.
You
You'll have to
could-
get a ferry boat or
They
something.
won't let you do that.
Well, I don't think there's a road.
Well, I mean, to the point where you get on the boat. I was actually looking. There are 3 or 4 states up there I've never been into. I could rent a car and like hit them all in an hour. And but I don't know.
Are you staying at that Homewood Suites there
Yeah.
downtown?
I think there's a couple of number 8 or a 6, I forget, in the name.
I know you're not.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, look, it looks like it looks like another SEC town.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's what it looks like.
I remember when we were there before, I looked out my window down on the interstate and it said New York left, Boston right. I knew I was a long way from
Yeah,
home.
you're in the
when
middle.
I saw
You're at
that.
the rest stop in between the two.
That's I didn't see a Buc-ee's up there either. There wasn't anything up there that looked like home.
Feels like home without
Yeah,
Buc-ee's.
No.
You could be to Plymouth in an hour, right there on Cape Cod.
Plymouth Rock?
Yeah.
Go tell it.
Ah, I
Go like meditate.
So
at the
this could
Plymouth
be a
Rock.
historical kind of trip, is what you're saying.
Sure. The National Monument to the Forefathers is there.
That's
doesn't-
always a
Man,
ruckus
and The
time.
Rock.
We're
of
exciting
course.
people. Remember
Rock.
Remember what do you call that? Osmosis or whatever. Remember when I got all excited about Chuck going to New York so badly that I
Yeah.
just then went to New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't take it anymore.
Right. You just had to do it.
All the stories.
This conversation about Providence is not having the
I was
same
going to say,
effect.
you're
on
not
me.
going to go there this summer?
Does anybody want to go to Providence? It's not having the same. I'm excited about
Well, I
the
mean, I would-
NCAA tournament, but
I'd
the
go to like
feel of,
Nantucket or something.
Yeah.
I'm not going to Providence.
Like I think I would get lost in Boston, on the way there.
Yeah, there you
I'd
go.
fly into Boston and never make it to Providence and watch the
Salem's up
game
there,
at some
whatever.
sports bar in Boston. Boston.
It's a different world. I mean, it's just a different world.
It is. Hey, I'm going to tell you this
I'm a
right now.
small-town guy.
You know who's happy
Who?
about going to Providence?
Who?
John Calipari. You know why? They're going to have Dunkin' Donuts everywhere. They will have
They're
Dunkin'.
like the
they
big.
for
that's
sure
the big
have
thing.
to have a Dunkin' Donuts in Providence. And
Well,
he
this
loves
place
Dunkin'
used to be
Donuts.
known as Dunkin' Donuts Arena. They let their sponsorship go, I guess, because, by the way, it's Amica. I looked into this yesterday. I took a deep dive into the name of the arena. It's Amica. Right? I thought it was
Amica
Amica.
Mutual.
Took
But
a
it's
deep dive.
Amica.
That's
Yeah.
good. You need to, as the play-by-play guy, you need to be able to call the arena by the right name.
Well, actually, one of the young men that works at Learfield actually just called the arena and asked them how they pronounce it.
See,
I mean, it's just as simple as it gets.
It's getting
Call
stuff done right there.
Call the main number.
We
Said,
make-
hey, how do you
stuff
pronounce
done.
that?
we make things too complicated.
I know.
Like I said earlier, we're about to talk about the West Virginia governor. I said, "What's the name of the governor?" And Chuck, without skipping a beat, asked Siri. First of all, Siri gave the wrong name,
She
but
did.
he went deeper and got the new name.
Didn't sound right.
Right, which was a good catch
Right.
on your part.
Yeah.
But too often we do things like we look at a pronunciation guide, like Chuck's calling a game. He'll look at a pronunciation guide, pregame, the player's right over there. Go over and ask him how he wants his name said. You know, like we make it too like call the arena and ask them, hey, what's the name of your arena?
That's why I say Mike Kaywood, if I'm not mistaken, Arkansas's media relations director, went to Adu Thiero and said, is it Thiero? How do you pronounce it? We've heard it Thiero all these years. He said it's Thiero. And so I had guys from Kentucky going, hey, man, you're mispronouncing his name. And I'm like, well, somebody went over and actually asked him, and this is what he said.
That's such a Kentucky thing to say.
This is what he said.
Yeah. I don't know how you guys. I know. Hey,
listen,
I know it's
man,
kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't mean to.
I don't want to make you feel
if
bad.
I didn't care about you,
exactly.
I wouldn't tell you this.
That's right.
But that's the best when somebody talks down to you like that,
okay.
and you know they're dead wrong.
Well, but that's all right.
Yeah, and that's that night when Kaywood did that for Thiero. He went over and he told the TV guys that.
Yeah.
And they explained this on the air.
Did they?
And then they got mixed up and called him the wrong name all night.
I actually, the first game I did not explain
which one it was.
First game I did not explain it, and then went back and explained it the second game. I realized when the game was over that I should have explained it a little bit better.
So UNC is playing tonight in the NCAA tournament, North Carolina.
High crime, based on what I read.
I had somebody text me the other day, like, who was the biggest, shocker that they didn't get in? And I didn't even really know. I didn't really care, but Indiana
I was
been
locked
mentioned
in on Arkansas.
On the selection show, Indiana was mentioned. Yeah, all of us were. And then West Virginia, though, yesterday, as I read a few things, West Virginia, Bart, sounded like they had a real beef of being left out. Like their resume compared to North Carolina's was a big difference, apparently.
Yeah, and what happened, at least as far as I can tell, is that the selection committee based a lot of what they did more on the predictive metrics as opposed to what you've actually done. And if
what does that mean?
So they're looking at KenPom and they're looking at all the analytics sites. And when you do that, North Carolina, for example, is 33rd in KenPom. That's 7 spots higher than the Razorbacks. But they have one quality win all season.
I mean, it sounds ridiculous.
Right? Yes, it is ridiculous because the committee went with more here's what you could be as opposed to here's what you are and here's what you've proven you are.
I'm just glad the governor.
And so I think in that sense, West Virginia does have a gripe. They're 6-10.
But what did the governor say?
Yeah, so,
what did the governor say?
So here's the governor. And everybody needs to know what his affiliation is, right? Because you got to decide whether you like him or not before you hear what he has to say.
We have to prejudge him,
right? You got to prejudge him. So he's Republican.
6 quad 1 wins. And that was combined with an undefeated record against quad 3 and quad 4 opponents.
Wow.
3 wins against top 10 teams and the 24th toughest schedule in America. West Virginia deserved to be in the NCAA tournament.
USA.
This was a miscarriage of justice and robbery at the highest levels.
Robbery.
Now, who was the last team to get into the tournament?
Well,
ahead
North
of the Mountaineers.
Carolina.
That would be the University of North Carolina.
Guess who
Now,
they're?
let's see how their resume stacks up.
AD is.
The Tar Heels went 1-12 in quad 1 games and even had a quad 3 loss.
Ooh.
And we keep hearing about the importance of these quad 1 wins, but UNC couldn't even get 6 quad 1 wins.
Yeah. And then he pointed out that the athletic director was the chairman of the selection committee.
And down at the bottom, there was
Just
a
getting
thing
a lot
that
of
said,
play.
You can donate to my reelection campaign by logging on to.
Well, this guy knows how to talk to his people.
Here's the thing. Bubba Cunningham.
By the way, his name's Governor Patrick Morrisey.
Patrick Morrisey, a newly elected governor, as a matter of fact. Here's the thing. Bubba Cunningham got a $100,000 bonus for North Carolina making the NCAA tournament. Now, I'm not suggesting that's the reason.
It's Christmas.
I don't happen to think anything untoward happened here other than the other guys on the committee gave their chairman the benefit of the doubt.
No, but it's impossible to overcome the optics.
But my point is, first thing he ought to do is say, I'm not taking that bonus. And I'm going to refuse the bonus.
Easy for you to say.
No, I understand. Hey, it's $100,000. I'm going to guess this guy probably makes $1.5 million.
He's doing fine.
He needs to do that. But even doing that, they're not going to overcome this.
No.
And, here's the thing. I mean, one of two things is going to happen. North Carolina's going to lose tonight, and everybody's going to say, I told you so, or they're going to win 2 or 3 in a row. And, Dickie V's been lobbying for him ever since he got out of the hospital. I mean, that's just the truth. He lobbies for North Carolina and Duke like nobody that's ever taken a breath.
Yeah.
And but I don't think when you listen to listen to what he said and look at the numbers that Bart was talking about, there's no way you can say North Carolina deserved to be in over West Virginia. There's no way.
There's no reasonable explanation here for North Carolina to be in other than North Carolina.
Other than what he was saying.
It's
I
name brand bias.
But it didn't have anything to do with Bubba Cunningham. But I happen to know Bubba Cunningham, by the way. And, not that it matters, but, I mean, he's a solid individual. But, anybody in that position has zero authority over anybody getting in the field. The committee chairman, even for the times he is in the room, doesn't dictate who's going to be in the field. But this is the world we live in. We all know that. If you have any inkling to understand truth, you know that Bubba Cunningham has no impact on this. At the same time, nobody cares.
That's right. That's right.
It still looks bad.
Well, and look, part of this is West Virginia. I mean, Bart, nobody really, I'm not saying they don't know who they are, but they're not a marquee name. I can't tell you the last time I watched West Virginia play.
No, and look, West Virginia didn't help themselves either, right? They went to the Big 12 tournament on the bubble, and they lost their first game by 7 to a really bad Colorado team.
And Bob Huggins wasn't around to, be in front of the cameras.
That's right.
That's what it was. If
Bob Huggins was there, they would be in.
I suspect you're right.
That is 1,000%
I suspect
accurate.
You're right.
Tell me that kind of stuff
he would have
doesn't
physically
matter.
threatened everyone on the committee.
Remember that day? Remember that time he got on the floor and cried with his player who got hurt? And he was just rubbing his hair, his fingers through his hair and crying on the floor that he was hurt. You remember that?
I do.
Yeah. I mean, Bob Huggins was a show.
Well, and that's part of this. I mean, that's part of
this. It's TV.
It's there's a reason why there are 11 seeds playing play-in games as opposed to all 16s. And there's a reason why North Carolina is one of those 11 tonight. It's a reason why when we looked at all those brackets, there was a team from one of the Power Four always listed as being part of those play-in games. Nobody's going to watch if there's not.
Another little tidbit to your point, Chuck. Is that North Carolina game the early game or the late game?
I don't know.
It's the late game.
Is it the late game?
It's the primetime game.
Okay, well,
it's
I guess
entirely
that's right.
too late. But
I guess that's right. You said what, 8:10?
8:10 Central Time.
I'll make it through the first half.
By the way, thank you from the Situation Room for all that, Bart. Chevy Fayetteville Situation Room. Edward in the bullpen. What do we have on True TV?
What's a normal night on True TV like?
Exactly.
A normal day is broken into thirds of Impractical Jokers, Eastbound and Down, and World's Dumbest Criminals.
They just show them over and over again.
And over
That's
again.
big.
Yes.
It is.
No, really.
It legitimately is.
That's my goal for our show. Is when we're dead and gone in 20 years, they're rerunning our show on the PBS channel.
It's like these crime shows.
Over and over and over.
It's like these crime shows. The crime happened 22 years ago. You see the cops, and they got flip phones. It's like this is the rerun of the rerun.
It's so long ago, it's been solved, but you forgot.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
But you forgot what the outcome was.
That's
and
right.
You're willing to watch it again. Hey, if you don't file your taxes, we know what the outcome of that could be. Ready or not, it's here. And luckily, H&R Block is here for you, too. 70 years of tax prep expertise to work for you so you can breathe easy and file with confidence at H&R Block. 877-377-6963 is the number if you want to text or call. Take us with you anywhere on the Hit That Line Now app, powered by Taco Bell. Easy to listen to the Chuck and Bo Show anywhere you want to go. Your thoughts on what kind of damage Arkansas might be able to do in the tournament. We're going to get into some of that. I talked to Jonas Adu yesterday. We're going to hear some of that. He's got an addiction that he acknowledged yesterday that's surprising. He called it an addiction. I didn't call it that. He did. What am I talking about?
What are you talking about?
We'll get into
That's
it.
a tease right
get
there,
into
baby.
it. Coming up on True TV, the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
mean, I don't know if it's old or just like...
Well, the world's changing. It's like Bart said a little bit ago. When he summed it up with 2 words. I mean, things change.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
If you haven't tried a Flight by Yuengling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yuengling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yuengling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
You know the sound, you know the place, and you know the time of year that means live racing at Oaklawn is coming. If your Oaklawn is playing favorites, letting it ride on long shots, or just soaking up the vibes of race day, it's time to make your plans and discover your Oaklawn. Live racing starts Friday, December 6th. Reserve seats, rooms in our hotel, or a spot in your favorite Oaklawn restaurant at oaklawn.com.
This is my Oaklawn.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You want to talk about washed? You're being brainwashed by idiots. You're following idiots.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Word around the SEC, we're soft. They gonna try and come in here and punk us. Nah, we had to fix that.
Left side Thero, a dude drives the paint, goes up, shot's good.
These guys have fought all year. They have not given up on any game.
Got his own rebound, puts it up and in at the horn, and Arkansas wins.
Your home for every Razorback basketball game. ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
Every Wednesday night, take the kids to Joe's Grill and Cantina. They will get a delicious meal for $5. And Joe's is bringing out the crayons for a coloring contest where the kids can win cool prizes. And the fun is just starting. It's Kids Karaoke Night. Let that star shine. Join Joe's every Wednesday for Kids Night with the fun atmosphere of Joe's. Come for the food, stay for the fun. Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
Superior Siding and Windows have been improving homes in Fort Smith and the River Valley for over 44 years. Whether your need is siding, vinyl windows, doors, or gutters, Superior Siding is the one to call if you want it done right the first time. Call 479-646-7888 for a free estimate. 100% financing is available, and Superior Siding has AAA rating with Better Business Bureau. Superior Siding, your first call, 479-646-7888.
Save up to $5,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover, for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
Hey, this is Dr. Charlie Liggett with River Valley Smile Center. We dial 782-8940.
Coach Todd Holland, head baseball coach of the University of Arkansas Fort Smith Lions. I call 782-8940.
Stay cool this summer with a York High Efficiency HVAC unit. Or for more information on endless hot water and high efficiency tankless water heaters, give us a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today and see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit can save you up to $500 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
You will never find a boring old burger at Art's Barbecue and Burgers in Fort Smith. Try the Wild West Burger, topped with a hot link, jalapenos, and Art's hot sauce. The Brisket Burger, with tender brisket and caramelized onions on top of their hand-patted burger. Or the famous Art Attack, with house bacon, smoked ham, an onion ring, and a fried egg. There are 10 different burgers to choose from, and they're all $1 off every Saturday. Art's Barbecue Burgers and more. Rogers Avenue, next to Buddy's in Fort Smith.
Hey, it's Matt Jones. Join me, Phil, and Dr. Charles Liggett every Monday at 12:15 for my favorite segment, 3 Up, 3 Down.
Well, my first up is hog baseball. Parker Coyle with the immaculate inning. I read that it was 3 times more common
to have a no-hitter than an immaculate inning.
I'm a patient there, and you can be too. 3 Up, 3 Down is presented by River Valley Smile Center. Visit rivervalleysmiles.com or give them a call at 479-646-0706. That's River Valley Smile Center. When you come here, you become family.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
You had comfortable shoes before they started coming out with like On Clouds and Hokas.
I think that's important.
Yeah.
I mean, we're sitting here around on our rear ends talking sports. I mean, I shouldn't, it doesn't make any sense to put on like boots, something like that. It doesn't make any sense.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
When we talk about buying and selling a home with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, it is not lost on us or them that very likely it's going to be the most money you ever spend in your life. And every dollar matters. I mean, $1,000 here, $2,000. I mean, it adds up. Sometimes there's money available you don't know is available. Sometimes negotiating skills come into play, and they can help you get what you want when you're selling your home, or maybe get into your dream home for less than you imagine. That's what a real estate professional does, and that's what they do at Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. We talk about their service, and it is second to none, but negotiating skills are important. Getting the best price for the money you're spending is important, and that's what you always get when you have a real estate professional from Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, on your side of the table. Now, they're in Northwest Arkansas, Washington and Benton counties, Fort Smith. They've got a great office in Branson. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can log on to WeicherGriffin.com.
Boy, they know what you don't know.
That's right.
You got to have somebody that knows the business. Nelson and Harrison. Nelson, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. I tell you what, it's a great day. The Hogs are in the tournament. I feel like we've got a favorable seeding. I mean, I feel like it's good for us. Kansas hasn't been great. But the bracket that we're in is very, very interesting. Because you think they've got us against Kansas, then against St. John, and Kansas is going to be thinking about Missouri. Because Missouri is on the other side. So Kansas will be thinking about Missouri. For sure.
Really? You think they're thinking about Missouri?
I don't think they're thinking
the
that
fans
far ahead, but I think their fans probably are, yeah.
Anyhow.
So there will be Anyways, so, guys, this is what I want to say right here, all right? What I like is you guys were talking about players coming into Arkansas to be professionals. And the thing that I like is John Calipari in the Vice program. He calls out their intestinal fortitude very, very blatantly. He says, do you have it? Do you have it in you to go do this? So he's going to get these guys worked. These guys will be ready to play, and they got the name over there to play against. And, guys, this is one thing else I want to say. This will be Trevin Brazil's first NCAA tournament that he gets to play. So, and I think it's going to be big for him. I think it's going to mean a lot to him. For 4 years, one NC tournament that he gets to play in. So, guys, and the last thing I'm going to say here is I was going to ask you guys which three of the programs on True TV that you wanted me to give you. But, hey, later on they're going to have The Hobbit on. They're going to have Wonder Woman 1984. And they're also going to have another great movie or two that from the early 80s. So,
Wonder Woman 1984. I didn't even know there was such a show.
You know what I got caught watching?
It's a movie.
Last
okay.
night.
I'm sorry.
I got stuck watching last night. I guess Samsung has its own channels now. So I turned my Samsung TV on, and before I go click the app that I'm going to watch, like YouTube TV or Netflix or whatever, within like 10 seconds, a show starts playing off Samsung. It used to be Ice Road Truckers.
Yeah.
Now it's Deal or No Deal. And last night, they were
I've
down
wandered
to,
into those channels
Yeah.
before, too. It's a good time.
Yeah.
How it's made.
Last night,
Antiques
here I was.
Roadshow.
Here I was. Suddenly, I was locked in. There were 5 cases left. This guy's got 750,000 on the board. His wife's pleading for him to take the 39,000. She's like, I'll love you either way. And then it got to 67,000. And she's like, take the money.
So what did he do?
Smartly, he did.
Okay.
And the next case they opened was the 750,000. He had $75 in his number 19 briefcase over here.
Wow.
And he did it right.
Great deal.
Great deal.
Hey,
deal.
hats off to that guy.
What a show.
Good deal.
That's
I was on the edge of the couch.
That is television right there.
That's drama. That's as good as it gets. You got the guy out there all excited. He's gambling. He's not taking risk.
Yeah.
And you got his wife over here. $67,000 is a lot of money.
That's what should be on True TV in between the tournament games.
$30,000 ago, she loved him either way. $67,000, take the money.
I'm not going to love you as much if you lose that.
We're going to have a problem. 6:45, it's the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
If I didn't have you and Bart and Edward to lean on, where would I be? And I think about other people that don't have that.
That's what we do. We lift each other up.
Yeah.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, it's Bo Mattingly, and McDonald Eye Associates is my one-stop for any vision need. The progressives they have me in are a game changer, and my new sunglasses are going to be great for baseball season. McDonald Eye was the first practice in the state to perform LASIK, and they have the most experience. They also have the new vision correction options for all ages, including cataract and clear lens replacement to see your best from all distances. For your best vision, McDonald Eye is the place to go.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but at Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric, we're here to help lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Paschal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit GoPaschal.com today to schedule your service. Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric. Professional people, professional service. See dealer for details with approved credit. Restrictions apply.
Ready or not, it is tax season. But luckily, H&R Block is here. Whether you need expert help with your taxes or simply have a question or two, your neighborhood H&R Block is here for you. Taxes are hard, but filing with H&R Block is easy. Walk in or make an appointment and get 100% accuracy and your max refund guaranteed. Put 70 years of tax expertise to work for you. Get those taxes squared away today at H&R Block.
Did you know Chevy of Fayetteville is the #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas? That means nobody sells more cars, trucks, or SUVs than Chevy of Fayetteville. They've been a part of our community for over 25 years. They're supporters of our local schools and the Razorbacks. And they're the best after the sale. An award-winning service and parts department, a waiting area, complimentary loaners. So go see Chris Mark in Denver and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Discover the Stonebreaker Hotel, where handcrafted elegance meets modern comfort. Relax in beautifully designed rooms, or book your next reservation at the Stonebreaker Lounge and Restaurant, where you can satisfy cravings with fresh, seasonal takes on traditional favorites. Open daily from 5 to 9 p.m. For more information, log on to stonebreakerhotel.com, located on Markham Road in Fayetteville, where you'll find the Stonebreaker Hotel and Restaurant.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
Bo, when your show went off a few years ago, it was like I've been lost ever since then. And I just really appreciate your show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my R prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. For a successful stint in the great outdoors, pack accordingly. Place heavy essentials near your spine for stability in rough terrain, with light items near the bottom. Now, you may be wondering, where does the Bush Light go? In your stomach. Head for the mountains. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023, Anheuser-Busch, Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Up to $10,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off. Or lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer EV. With hands-free driving assistance, go 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds for as low as $800 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
We wield a lot of power, as I'm told, because we're impacting things that could have happened without us. Like, we're holding things up. We're changing the world over here accidentally. So be careful.
I didn't know any of this.
Well,
The Chuck and Bo Show.
We got people texting us.
Yeah, the word on the
us
street.
that those clowns in the afternoon had some things to say about
The
Bart.
word on the street.
And I say clowns affectionately. I mean, that's what they want to be known as. So, and they're living up to the circus. And now they've taken on Bart.
Wow. You pick on Bart, you pick on all of us.
When you come into the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room and you take a swing at the king, you best not miss.
Is the morning crew playing in this, or is this beneath the office and they don't get to play in this, or don't want to play in this?
I got nothing
That
for
would
you
be
on
correct.
Because it would be the sweetest justice of all. There's somebody who's not a host on that show.
That would be you,
who
Bart.
thinks they are an expert at basketball, and they don't know
Again, that
Duty
would
from
be you.
Shinola about basketball.
Duty.
It would just be hilarious to see you beat that person. I would personally find that very delightful if that happened.
Duty. You don't know duty, Bart.
Look, I've forgotten more about the game of basketball than Derek Ruskin has ever known in his life. I mean, he doesn't know a damn thing about life in general, so let's start there. And second of all, like, if you're going to call me out, if you're going to come here and take shots at me, say my name.
Say my name, please.
Say my name.
Say
You
my
coward.
name,
You
please.
coward.
Say my
name.
Oh, he is. He wouldn't say it to your face.
Like, what a coward. Say my name. Come say it to my face.
Yes,
And
Bart.
for the record, your stupid little contest is beneath us.
Yes, Bart. Yes.
What are you doing?
We're going to have our own.
Yeah, we're going to have our own contest.
By the way, I don't remember.
What a joke.
Wow,
what
we
a
all,
joke.
yes, we all.
Awesome,
Well, they all.
what a
He
joke.
knows he's a joke. He knows he's a joke.
How do you live with yourself?
Well,
How do you
my
live with
God.
yourself?
Carefully in a basement behind a microphone,
Bang,
and not in public.
Coward.
Not out in the real world. Not out here amongst real people. Classic microphone warrior. Classic keyboard warrior.
for you on that one.
Because it would be the sweetest justice of all. There's
Why?
somebody
Why would
who's
it be
not
sweet
a host
justice?
on that show
What
who
would
thinks
make it
they are
that?
an expert at basketball, and they don't know Duty from Shinola about basketball.
Like, what is the point?
You're merely a somebody, Bart. A nameless somebody. That ought to piss you off.
Right.
I mean, really should.
It really should. It really should.
Hey,
We
How does
spent
it-
the whole break pumping Bart
How does
up.
it feel? How does it feel taking bullets beneath you, like shooting up in the air at you
yeah. Well, you know what?
from your penthouse?
I'm
basketball
doing
knowledge.
I'm doing just fine, and I bet I'm a lot happier than Derek Ruskin.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I mean,
that's big.
I mean, it is beneath us. So was the whole segment just now.
Right.
But you know
but
what?
It was really fun to hear Bart go
But
on.
it really was. Nobody
really
was. Nobody was more excited about it. And I've never. And since we've been doing the show, Chuck has not pumped his fist like that once.
That's my kind
That
of
shoulder,
radio,
that
right?
shoulder's
That
feeling
shoulder's
good.
doing great.
That's
He's
right.
like, don't you pick on my guy. And if you're going to, say his name.
That's right.
Say his name.
You pick on Bart, you pick on all of us.
Yeah, don't come into. If you take a shot at the King inside the
That's
Chevy
right.
of Fayetteville Situation Room, you best not miss.
That's right.
And he missed.
That's right.
He missed. By the way, we're going to have our own bracket contest.
yes, we are.
And as childishly as I can say that, or this, you're not invited. Unless you use a fake name, kind of like your fake outrage that you have behind a microphone, without ever facing anybody that you talk about, including all the players and coaches you rip. Can't ever sit in front of them and say that. You can just talk about it from a distance and then never be seen in public within 10 feet of them. Easy stuff there. Easy stuff. No credibility, no accountability. Just a yapping behind a microphone that goes out to whoever wants to hear it. And it's like, ooh. Well, sometimes people get to talk back.
Ain't that a thing?
And do they ever?
So take that to
I mean,
Shinola
Bart.
and smoke it.
Holy cow.
So, Bart, what's our contest going to be?
Yeah.
We're
We're gonna do our own bracket
let's talk about it
contest.
next
It's gonna
hour,
be
yeah.
called Beat Bart. Actually, in fact, you are invited. Take your shot. We'll give you the $150 gift card to Walk-Ons if you can beat Bart.
That was awesome, Bart.
Yeah. Bart's our guy. Good morning, guys. Good morning.
It's a new era of elegance. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry has unveiled its stunningly redesigned 8,500 square foot showroom for an unmatched luxury experience. There's breathtaking jewelry, of course, expert service, and private viewing rooms designed for comfort. And they've got an in-house cafe with handcrafted coffee to go along with a special coffee table book celebrating Arkansas's heritage. Because it's more than jewelry. It's your story at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry.
We care a lot about supporting Arkansas businesses here on the Chuck and Bo Show, and we both like keeping our rides looking good. Splash Car Wash just became our new neighbors here in Fayetteville. They're a locally owned Arkansas business, and they've been serving the state since 1989. They're good folks, and you can get a free car wash by texting Splash Arkansas to 22322. That's Splash Arkansas to 22322.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweatnum Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to SweatnumCosmetic.com and click on the Sweatnum Edge.
And I listen in every day. Everybody know that. I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
Good.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Save up to $5,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover, for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
Hey, this is Dr. Cole Johnson at River Valley Smile Center. You hear my partner, Dr. Charles Liggett, at 12:15 on halftime every Monday. Dr. Liggett and I have worked at River Valley Smile Center together for 11 years now. Like the Hogs, we have a great team. Do you have a unique dental procedure, a complex dental problem, or are you just nervous about dental work? Come see me for sedation dentistry, implants, implant-supported dentures, as well as cosmetic dentistry. We are located at 8309 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith at the River Valley Smile Center. Check us out online at rivervalleysmiles.com or call 479-646-0706.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, partly sunny to mostly sunny skies. It'll be breezy. A high this afternoon right around 75. Winds out of the south 25 to 35 miles per hour. We should see a decrease in any cloud cover. Overnight lows upper 50s, and then sunny, breezy, and cooler temperatures in the 60s. I'm Tally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Grant Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936.
Superior Siding and Windows have been improving homes in Fort Smith and the River Valley for over 44 years. Whether your need is siding, vinyl windows, doors, or gutters, Superior Siding is the one to call if you want it done right the first time. Call 479-646-7888 for a free estimate. 100% financing is available, and Superior Siding has AAA rating with Better Business Bureau. Superior Siding, your first call, 479-646-7888.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. You're listening to ESPN 95.3.
It depends on where you're, by the way.
Very professional time.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
It's Ty Richardson with owner and operator Cecil Gardner with Jazzco Graphics, now 17 years in the industry.
How do people see what you've made over the years, Cecil?
Google or Yahoo it or Bing it. Jazzco Graphics Design, JAAZCO, Monday through Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And sometimes I'm here after. So if that open sign is on, I'm here. Y'all come on in. Jazzco Graphics Design, 2415 Midland. It's on the corner of Midland and Kelly. Jazzco Graphics, the one-stop shop.
Up to $10,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off. Or lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer EV. With hands-free driving assistance, go 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds for as low as $800 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Let's go. It's Hot Wing Madness at TGI Fridays in Fort Smith. Hey, this is Phil Elson. Join me and Matt Jones for halftime live at TGI Fridays in Fort Smith for the first 2 days on Thursday and Friday of the Big Dance. Chow down on 50-cent wings, $3 pints, and $15 buckets of beer. Hot Wing Madness is back. 50-cent wings Thursday and Friday at TGI Fridays, I-540 and Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
My favorite's when we're going to break, and we're not there yet, but I'm talking, and Chuck knows we're going to break, and he just disengages, sits back from his mic, takes his headset off, and I'm still talking.
Yeah, I need to stop doing that.
And he's on his phone.
That's not true. That is not true.
Like, I know you're rapping. I know you're about to land this plane, and I didn't care about your point to begin with, but I wish you to hurry up.
Hey, listen.
I'm indicative of the entire audience right now, Bo. Shut up.
I got to quit doing that.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "Let's start on the Chuck and Bo Show."
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
All right, we got to get our bracket contest together. We were talking about this earlier.
It's important now.
What name are we going to come up with? Not like us?
Yeah. Oh, that's clever. That's good. Not like us. That's good.
Oh, yeah. We got to get back on track here. By the way, have you noticed the Hogs play tonight at Baum?
They
Walker
do. It's a
Stadium.
night game.
And Bart has begun putting in the notes routinely.
Mm-hmm.
Arkansas returns inside the friendly confines of Baum Walker Stadium.
You think they've got a note package like this for the afternoon show? Do you think they do, Bart? Do you think they have anyone that does it like this?
Don't think so.
I don't think so. And they still talk bad about you. I wouldn't take that. Yes.
I hope that's the edited version.
It is, but we won't play
okay.
too much.
All right. So, wow. Today's a day. It's Tuesday. It's the day after St. Patrick's Day. Did anybody have a day yesterday? Anybody go do anything exciting? Any car bombs, Chuck?
No.
That's too bad. That's
I had a very, very calm day.
That's too bad.
But no, I was celebrating in my mind.
Did you?
I didn't.
As you always do.
I didn't go out.
There's a lot of celebrating going on in that dome of yours.
That's right.
Anybody do like a Lucky Charms eating contest? Anybody have any of that?
No.
No? Find a pot of gold anywhere?
No.
Well, I dressed as a leprechaun. I mean, shocker, I know. But I ran around town as a leprechaun for an hour and then went to bed.
I cooked a nice flank steak.
There you go.
Felt
There
like
you go.
something to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cooking with Bart.
Flank steak with a little horseradish,
Oh, yeah.
baked potato.
See, that's the well-rounded, not just
He's
a
a Renaissance
basketball,
man.
not just
He's
a
a Renaissance
basketball
man.
aficionado.
And
but
ladies,
the
he's single.
Right.
I mean, single.
By choice.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a catch, and he's not
Cook, pick
he's
your
not just
bracket.
taking anybody.
And as we've seen, he's not taking any guff off anyone.
That's right.
I mean,
You want somebody to open the door for you, defend your honor? That's your
right.
guy.
That's right.
He'll put you in a Chevy Silverado and drive you right down the road on Truck Month. At the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Shinola about basketball.
It's just
He
like
had no duty.
right.
Duty.
Yeah.
What are
Yeah.
we doing? What
Yeah.
are we doing?
So the Hogs play tonight at Baum Walker. Oral Roberts is the opponent. It's a 2-game midweek series. First pitch between the Golden Eagles and the Hogs, 6 o'clock on the SEC Network Plus tonight. Of course, 6:10 Thursday night is when the Hogs will play Providence. Chuck is on a layover right now from his house to XNA doing the Chuck and Bo show.
Suitcase in the car.
He will leave here. He'll go to the airport. He'll fly on a charter flight with internet and cocktails. I made
don't know
that part
about
up.
that part.
Made that part up. To Providence, where he will find a place to have dinner tonight in a back corner of an Italian restaurant once held
I feel like we need
by
to look
Rick
up
Pitino.
the best restaurants in Providence for Chuck. Or
I've
do you
already
already have this picked out?
No,
he's
I
looked at it. He's already looked.
I haven't picked anything
He's
out.
got a table reserved for one in a corner.
I've told you guys I'm a guest. I'm a professional guest.
You are.
That's how I work
That's
it.
what-
I'm not a planner. I'm a guest.
That's what the life
I'm
of
gonna
being
ask
a
I'm gonna
Razorback,
ask AI.
the voice of the Razorbacks
No,
does
I'm
for
just
you.
saying I am not a planner, and that's the problem. If someone were to say, hey, this is a great restaurant, voted best in Providence, I'd say, do you have to have a reservation? You think we can get in? Because I've done no planning. And that's
How does that, this may be a little personal, sorry. How does that work in married life if you're not a planner?
well, evidently not well. I mean, evidently.
It's the biggest fight. What do you want to have for dinner? I don't know. What do you want to have for dinner? I don't know. Can't you just figure something out? Why are we eating there?
Well, or you argue about what movie you're going to watch, and you're going to fall asleep, and or you're both going to look at your phones
I don't
during
know
the
why it
whole
matters
movie.
anyhow.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I've got a whole list here that AI just spit out of like the best restaurants in Providence.
What do we got?
The first one, Oberlin.
Okay.
It says it's a standout for seafood lovers, celebrated for its raw oyster bar and creative dishes.
Next one.
I love a creative dish. I do.
It's got a quirky, artsy vibe and a loyal following.
Sounds great.
Does
Quirky, artsy.
Yeah. No. Keep moving. Just find me the reddest meat place they have.
Al Forno, famous for inventing grilled pizza. This Italian classic has been a Providence staple
Okay.
for over 40 years. Expect fresh pastas, hearty steaks,
We need some
and
like
killer
I don't know
desserts.
what kind of music, but I feel
Wow.
like some Food Channel
Al Forno.
something.
Yeah. Al Forno.
Al Forno, yep.
You're not even writing them down.
Nah.
He's like, what was that again? Doesn't even write it down.
Yeah. It's theater of the mind, man.
Okay.
It's theater of the mind.
Yeah,
Hemingway's, which is an iconic seafood destination with a killer raw oyster bar and
killer
dishes
seems to be like a big word.
Baked
there.
stuffed
2 reviews
shrimp.
have used the word killer. That's killer.
I got an idea.
Yeah.
But Chuck's going to hear it, so it's not going to be as good. But if he didn't know, we would just go to like 7 of these restaurants online and book him on Open Table and put his phone number in. He's just getting push notifications from like 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock tonight that his reservation's now ready.
I would get kicked off Open Table. Yeah. My membership would be revoked.
Yeah, it's like you have a reservation for 5.
That's so funny. That's actually a good practical joke.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to remember that.
You need to do that to like Will Roth on one of these trips.
Hey, that would be.
Will's going to be sitting there at dinner, and you know how he's on top of everything. Like he knows what's going on.
He's the best planner
of all time. And he's going to be getting these push notifications about a reservation that he has that he didn't know he had. He's going to be so confused.
At Al Forno. That's the one I remember. Yeah. I didn't even need to write it down.
Well, because I said
Al
Hardy
Forno.
Steaks.
Yeah.
Anyhow, Chuck's going to Providence. Have a great time. It is National Sloppy Joe Day, so try to find one of those.
I like a Sloppy Joe.
In Providence.
I mean,
when's the last time you had a Sloppy Joe?
Probably the last time it was on the school lunch menu.
Yeah.
I was in like 11th grade or something. I don't know.
I've had one since then. A good Sloppy Joe's good.
Yeah.
I mean, where do you – not a lot of people specialize in that.
New
That's
restaurant concept, all sorts of Sloppy Joes.
You got a Philly cheesesteak, you got Wiener Schnitzel, hot dogs, but you don't have a Sloppy Joe place.
Yeah. We're onto something here.
So maybe that's if you're looking for a new business, you can get into that. Hey, Jonas Adu. I talked to Jonas Adu yesterday for a hog pod. Sat down with him. This guy has not been the factor for most of the year that we thought he would be coming out of Tennessee. And somehow along the way, I think we all forgot how hurt he was. We talked about that yesterday. He's really come on as of late. He's got at least five double-doubles this year. Most of them have come in the last 2 or 3 weeks. But I asked him just about the foot injury and kind of what he went through this year.
July, like middle of July, we doing summer workouts. I rolled my ankle. Next thing you know, like, think I'm going to be back like the next week, do a lot of treatment, but swelling was still there and all that stuff, so we got an x-ray. They found I had a stress fracture in my foot that I probably had for like quite some time and never knew. It was like a small little fracture, and it could obviously get worse if I kept playing on it. And then I ended up getting the MRI. They seen like torn like ligaments in the ankle, torn ligaments, so they had to go in there, scope that stuff out, and then put a screw on my foot. So it was just tough. Like, I'm like, man, I might have to redshirt. Like, that's like the first thing on my mind. Like, I might not even play this year.
So he went on to say that basically it was hurting up until a month ago. He had all kind of like different soles he was putting in his shoes. He was cleared to play, but you know, anybody that's hurt their foot can probably relate to this. You can't relate to being as big as he is and the pressure you're putting on that foot and getting up and down a basketball court, but you can just imagine. For most of the season, he just wasn't comfortable.
He's limped all year. I mean, if you watch closely, he's limped all season. He's just now getting to the point where he moves without a limp. And he's been sore all season long. I'm not sure he's not still sore to an extent, but he's
he said it's been much better.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't really know what's happened, but it can still get tweaked from time to time. He doesn't know like exactly how he turned the corner or whatever, but you can tell a major difference in his game. And there were a couple other things he said to me. Like I asked him, I don't know if you realize, I know you do, Chuck, but if you're watching the game, how often he shoots with his left hand.
Yeah.
Like he is as good with his left hand in the lane as he is with his right hand. Whether it's a little soft jump hook or just finishing on either side of the basket. And it really makes him tough to defend when he gets the ball down there. He gave Kenny Payne, you know, people at Kentucky have been all over Kenny Payne like they are Cal since he got here. Like he's the biggest yes man, doesn't do anything, doesn't bring anything to the staff. You go talk to big guys that have played for Kenny Payne, and they will tell you he changed their game. And Adu said that yesterday. Like, I came here in part, 2 reasons. One, because Cal's system is way better for the NBA than what we ran at Tennessee under Rick Barnes. It was way structured. It was good, and you can win some games. But when it comes to being an NBA player and free and more open, you're going to get way better and way more prepared, in his opinion, for the NBA under Cal. 2, Kenny Payne is as good a big coach as there is in the country, and he's really helped my game, and TB's game, and Thero's game, and Zvonimir's game. So that's a player talking about just the impact Kenny Payne's, had on him and this team. And then the other thing he said that just kind of struck me was, we're as good as anybody in the country. I mean, he looked at me like, do you understand we're as talented as anybody in the country? We're really talented. And then he said, nobody wants to play a team that's peaking in March, and I feel like we're peaking in March. So there's just a little bit from my conversation with Jonas Aidoo. It'll be out later today on the Hog Pod if you want to hear it in its entirety. Fun guy, like really, really articulate, has a great personality, smart, was able to really just
He's very
communicate in a way that, not everybody his age can. And, I mean, he's got a big future, whether it's in basketball or whatever. I mean, obviously he's got a basketball career ahead of him, but pretty well-rounded dude.
I think the ability to go left and right now is what's elevated him. You talked about it there. There were some points in one of those games in the tournament where, he was going to both with ease and making it look easy. I've just got this suspicion that, this battle between Aidoo and Dickinson, somebody's going to get in foul trouble. Because, I just kind of wonder how that battle is going to go. But I think Aidoo's better equipped now for a situation like that. And you talked about him getting better under Kenny Payne. He's still got a ways to go. But Big Z's more physical than he was.
True.
If you remember that first South Carolina game, they pushed him around like a rag doll. It's why they got beat. At least it's why South Carolina initially got out to that early advantage, and essentially it was over. But nobody's done that since. In that second game, they didn't do that. I know Big Z right now, he's kind of struggling a little bit. But he's developed more of a physical presence this year.
Yeah. It's been fun to see this team develop. By the way, Aidoo also has an addiction. He has an addiction. He called it an addiction. It's cologne. He's addicted to cologne.
My dad got me addicted to cologne, for sure.
He got you addicted.
Yeah, I'm addicted. Like, it's just like smelling good. It just does something to you, and like your aura, like you smell good, feel good, play good. That's what I believe. So like, just the different scents and just like how it is. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I just love smelling good. Like, just like put a smile to my face. I don't even know how to explain it. But my dad definitely got me addicted. And then he got me like a Burberry cologne, and then after that, I'm like, okay, this is nice. And then started going to some stores, smelling some things. I'm like, oh, this was nice
Jimmy
too.
Choo.
Started doing research on some, like looking some things up with the best cologne, like attention getters, like ones for winter, summertime, all that stuff. I'm like, okay, I think I'm gonna just start, getting a little collection going and seeing what I like, and then build from there. And then just went up.
Nobody smells like Jonas Aidoo.
Did you notice how Bart was nodding? Yeah. He started ripping off brands. Burberry.
Bart, I don't know.
I know Burberry.
Bart's big on personal hygiene.
Well, I know he is. He likes to smell good too.
We talked about it quite a bit.
He can bludgeon you and smell good doing it. Yeah. As we discovered. Jonas is an interesting guy, and I said this yesterday. These kids, when Cal talks about them being good kids, I wish we knew them a little bit more. Just to be honest, I wish our fans knew these kids a little bit more, because I think they'd come to that same conclusion.
Well, hopefully you get a chance to listen to the Hog Pod. That's what it's for.
And I think it's good that you're able to do that.
Yeah, but it doesn't always get it. Just like I think we forgot the guy was hurt. We kind of.
I don't know that we forgot. I think half the people didn't even know. I don't think they forgot anything. They didn't know. And it's really only, if you break it down, it's only been discussed openly in the past month. It
wasn't like a big talking point.
It wasn't a big talking point. Now it's become one. Honest to God, I think when people were griping about him in December, they didn't even know he'd been hurt. They didn't know anything about the 4 months. They had no clue it had happened. They don't know why he's limping.
He thought he wasn't even going to get to play this year. At one point early in the season, he thought he was just going to have to redshirt. Like, it was that bad. I mean, this is a guy that was an all-conference player last year. But the point is, you get him going at his best, and these guys, start playing at their best in March. I mean, they can beat anybody. Who knows if they will? That's why you play the games. We'll see. But he's feeling a lot better. You can feel a lot better with the Sweat and the Edge. You hear me talking about it, and it's worth your time to check out if you're just not feeling like you once did. You can get it back. The chances are you can get it back and have the energy and vitality you once did, and it's a game changer. I mean, overcoming feeling like lethargic and tired is just exhausting. You don't have to feel like that. The Sweat and the Edge can make a difference. It has for me. I'm fired up about it, to be honest with you. SweatingThemCosmetic.com. Click on the Sweat and the Edge. It's a quick deal. Get a free evaluation, and then you can decide from there what you want to do about it. But you can feel better and look better with the Sweat and the Edge. Chuck and Bo Show, 7:19. It's Tuesday. Good morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, well, congratulations.
Hey, Chuck, I made some good calls today.
You sure did. You sure did.
There's simply not a better shopping experience than Macadoodles. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Whether you're stocking up for a party, updating your bar, or just grabbing your favorites, Roger and the team are always there to help. Make the smart choice. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
Now is the time to join Hogs Plus, the Netflix for Razorback fans.
Arkansas wins it. Here they come.
Documentaries, exclusive interviews,
people everywhere, and then next thing you know, it's just everybody's packed.
Insider access, and an incredible library of films.
Arkansas leads it by 3.
A membership like no other.
I don't think it gets any better than this.
Oh, you're giving me goosebumps now.
Start your free trial today at hogsplus.com.
If you're having issues with your gutters or drainage around the house, you need to call Hog Trough Gutters. They're locally owned and operated with over 30 years of experience. Seamless gutters made on site, trenching and French drains. Plus, they're fully licensed and insured, and every job comes with a 20-year guarantee. Hog Trough Gutters services all of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Log on to their website, hoggutters.com, to find out more. That's hog, Gutters.com. Man, can you imagine if we all lived together, if we just walked into the living room at like 6 a.m. and just started talking each other's heads off? There's no good morning. I can't have my first cup of
somebody
coffee.
would get shot.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Save up to $5,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover, for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith, or online at harryrobinson.com.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, this is Dr. Cole Johnson at River Valley Smile Center. You hear my partner, Dr. Charles Liggett, at 12:15 on halftime every Monday. Dr. Liggett and I have worked at River Valley Smile Center together for 11 years now. Like the Hogs, we have a great team. Do you have a unique dental procedure, a complex dental problem, or are you just nervous about dental work? Come see me for sedation dentistry, implants, implant-supported dentures, as well as cosmetic dentistry. We are located at 8309 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith at the River Valley Smile Center. Check us out online at rivervalleysmiles.com or call 479-646-0706.
Every Thursday, take a trip down memory lane at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Joe's is bringing back the flavors you loved from Cuco's, the beloved restaurant that once called this place home. Join Joe's Grill and Cantina for Throwback Thursday and savor classic Cuco's dishes. It's the taste from the past with the vibrant atmosphere of Joe's. Don't miss out on the reunion every Thursday at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Come for the food, stay for the memories. 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I want you to be happy, Bo.
Well, you know how to make
Even if it's not with me.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Your happiness is important to me. All of your happiness are important to me.
Contentment is it's a gift. I guess it could be a skill. You gotta find that.
Some people can do that. Some people can make up their mind.
You can just chase happiness.
Yeah.
And it's a never-ending chase. Wow, we went deep in like 3 seconds.
Oh, yeah. Well,
hey, good morning. We're going deep.
All over the road,
on
man.
the Chuck and Bo Show. I mean, you never know what's going to happen in here. Like, if you miss, that's on you because you just don't know. It could be anything at any time.
I got a question, and it's a sports question. And Bart, being the, he knows duty. He knows duty about basketball.
There's two guys that I know that know basketball.
Yeah.
Kelvin Sampson and Bart.
And
then there's everybody else.
ESPN.
Savants.
ESPN has, they got this little poll. Who's we've got polls, they've got polls, everybody's got polls. And
I love a good poll.
Yeah. 25% of their respondents picked Duke to win the national championship. 21% have Florida. What is the deal with Duke?
Well,
I know they've got Cooper Flag. I've watched them a few times this year.
It's the name.
It's the name brand. It's everybody knows Duke. It's everybody assumes, casual fans assume that Duke is really good every single year.
It's the classic.
You could do Duke versus the field every year.
It's the classic narrative. It's the narrative that, and I'm as guilty as anybody in certain lanes of just latching on to the easy narrative, and we're so lazy. And sometimes it's because we don't care. Like, we don't care enough to really dig in, which is fine. I always get a little annoyed and get on my soapbox about when people start delivering big opinions without having any research or fact behind it. They're just riding the narrative wave. That's fine if you want to ride the wave until it becomes a matter of importance. But to your answer, I think it's Duke, and I give them credit, is the brand name, but they've also backed it up enough to give that credibility. So if you're picking a bracket, for example,
I mean, they're 31-3. Like,
if you're picking a bracket and you've watched 5 college basketball games all year, and you take Duke to go to the Final Four every year, you're going to be more right than you are wrong. Like, that's the brand they've built. Like, I give them credit for that.
You at least feel that way.
And that's what I mean. But I'm not saying they're going to go to the Final Four, but you expect to win a few games. It's a safe pick.
Look,
you don't even know anything about them, and you would be right.
Cooper Flag is really good. Really, really good. And is going to be a great NBA player, averaging 19 and 8 rebounds. Con Knuppel, 14 point, another freshman averaging 14 a game. And they've got some older guards as well. Their roster is really good. Tyrese Proctor,
I'm just
Zion
asking.
James.
I'm asking because I don't know.
And that's typically what
you're annoyed by it. You, as a good Arkansas fan, should be that's been around for a long time. The idea of Duke is just like, shut up.
Yeah.
Like, throw up in my mouth a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, come on, Duke. Like,
well,
gross.
maybe you're onto something.
Gross.
Maybe it goes back 31 years.
It's Notre Dame football. Gross.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it.
It's like
maybe
Ohio
that's
State.
It.
Gross.
Bo's gotten to the heart of the matter. I have a predisposition. I think it's fair to say.
Well, and I think it's fair for you to have that as an Arkansas fan.
I know they're good, but it's
but
like
they're not
every
unbeatable.
It's not like they've some of the games the conference games that they play. I mean, you can have 2 or 3 in a row in the ACC where you just got to show up.
Here's what Duke
Florida
needs to watch out
State,
for.
some of those teams. I mean, you just show up.
They need to watch out for teams that have like veteran big men, skilled big men who can really like take advantage of the youthfulness of Duke's front court, because that's what's gotten them beat when they have lost this year. Which again, only been 3 times. But they've had, like, Clemson.
They wouldn't be 31-3 in the SEC, would they?
No, they would not.
Okay.
No, they would not. They would run into some tough matchups in the SEC that they would really struggle with.
Before we head back to the phones, let me tell you, First Security Bank's the official bank of the Chuck and Bo Show because they are all about Arkansas, like we are. And they've got more convenient locations, friendly banking, and all the things you need to bank better. When you walk into a First Security Bank, it's like you're walking into your friend's place, with professionals that are going to take care of you and give you that warm Arkansas treatment. First Security Bank, fsbank.com online, First Security Bank member FDIC. Chuck and Bo Show continues with Eric in Fort Smith. Eric, good morning. What's happening?
Morning. Hey, I got a question for you, fellas.
Okay.
We've been talking about metrics for the past couple mornings and getting into the NCAA tournaments and winning NCAA tournaments. And well, I haven't really heard you guys talk about is coaching metrics. My question is, does that factor into any kind of NCAA championship coming away with a trophy? I mean, how many of these coaches have brought some of these teams that have iffy records during the regular season and brought those iffy records to a Sweet 16 or, Final Four? How many coaches out there have done that? Like, does that even go into the thought process of a team winning the NCAA tournament?
Maybe not
And that's my
officially.
question. Have a good one, guys.
All right, thank
good
you.
question.
Maybe not officially, but yeah, I think
I like the question.
No, I think there's something to that.
There are certain coaches who, regardless of how their team does in the regular season, can kind of unlock them.
Let's talk
in
about
March.
it. Let's talk about it when we come back. We're going to take a break. It's a good question. And like, how much is it? Like, we were talking about Duke, and they changed coaches. But how much of, like, a coach, like
Jim Boeheim was great
well,
at this.
Patino would fit in this category. All right, we'll talk about it when we come back. 7:30. But by the way, our friend Clay Moser has given us the insight to Duke, Chuck.
Yeah.
They got multiple first-round picks and probably 3 lottery picks on that team.
Well, Jerry Palm's brother, Ken Palm, has Duke is the best team in the country.
7:30 on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning. Can we just say, for all of you who get up early in the morning and you work so hard, man, we're glad you're here. We just really appreciate all the work you do to make Arkansas better.
You talking to me?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Discover the Stonebreaker Hotel, where handcrafted elegance meets modern comfort. Relax in beautifully designed rooms, or book your next reservation at the Stonebreaker Lounge and Restaurant, where you can satisfy cravings with fresh, seasonal takes on traditional favorites. Open daily from 5 to 9 p.m. For more information, log on to stonebreakerhotel.com, located on Markham Road in Fayetteville, where you'll find the Stonebreaker Hotel and Restaurant. Why don't you just kind of style it up a little bit at the game? Let's get your drip going.
Hey, I got a lot more drip than you think.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
It's hog season. Breaking pitch. He struck him out swinging. Cackle strikes out the side. Souza drives this pitch to deep center field. Bubba Carpenter, get yourself the largest star you've ever seen. I think he hit that ball about 460 feet. My God.
They're on a mission. This team wants to make sure that we get to the end.
He's on his way home. The Hogs win. Head first to the plate.
Listen to the crack of the bat and the pop of the glove all year long.
Listen to every Razorback baseball game on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
Let's go.
It's Hot Wing Madness at TGI Fridays in Fort Smith. Hey, this is Phil Elson. Join me and Matt Jones for Halftime Live at TGI Fridays in Fort Smith for the first 2 days on Thursday and Friday of the Big Dance. Chow down on 50-cent wings, $3 pints, and $15 buckets of beer. Hot Wing Madness is back. 50-cent wings Thursday and Friday at TGI Fridays, I-540 and Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
Up to $10,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off. Or lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer EV. With hands-free driving assistance, go 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds for as low as $800 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Man, I wish I knew you were here. We hear that every day at In Stock Parts, located off Highway 45 across from the cold storage in Fort Smith. Are you a maintenance technician, landscaper, farmer, or a do-it-yourselfer in need of bearings, belts, or roller chain? Or safety supplies like gloves, safety glasses, or earplugs? Maybe you need drill bits, tap and die sets, lubricants, or even a gas-powered pump or generator. Don't waste your time driving around. Stop by In Stock Parts, your industrial parts resource, or check them out online at InStockParts.com. In Stock Parts.
At Evans Body Shop, we take pride in delivering exceptional customer service to our customers. Here's what some of them have to say.
It was the kindness that got me. Then I witnessed their work.
And their customer service was just exceptional.
They are so kind and understanding, and they let you feel like you don't need to worry about anything, especially dealing with the insurance company. That was great, and the repair work was tremendous.
Evans Body Shop, where we meet the nicest people by accident.
We all make plans for the future, but car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call Randy Milam in Alma or Brandon Zimmerman in Barley.
Attention business owners, are you overpaying for your website, dropping thousands up front and shelling out more than $95 a month? Stop the madness! With Modular Orange, you get a custom-built, fully managed website for just $95 a month. No hidden fees, no headaches. They write it, build it, launch it, update it, and secure it so you can focus on your business. Ditch the overpriced hassle and go simple. Visit modularorange.com today. That's modularorange.com.
And now, Taco Bell's new caliente sauce made with red jalapenos is the spicy side of Cantina chicken. But does that mean everything has a spicy side? Like your cactus plant. It's like your other plants, but spicy. Or your coworker who says they hate everyone who works here, but you work here. Or when you say, I don't mean to be rude, but you do mean to be rude. But now you can feed your spicy side with Caliente Cantina chicken from Taco Bell. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Contact store for availability.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I woke up this morning thinking it was Friday, and then slapped me in the face. It's Thursday. It's not Friday.
Are you like one of? You want to pick one of us to slap you in the face, or do we all get a crack?
No, I mean, I know you guys would take your shot.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Yuengling is a great beer. If you're looking for something to enjoy around the NCAA tournament or maybe on the lake this summer, Flight by Yuengling's a lighter version with the Yuengling taste, the great taste of Yuengling. 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottles now available, skinny cans, 95 calories. You can enjoy the crisp, refreshing taste of Yuengling. Flight by Yuengling, the light beer, the next generation of light beer. 877-377-6963. I love questions that make you think a little bit. We got one a minute ago. And it was, basically, are there analytics around coaches and how they do in the NCAA tournament? I don't know if we have those. But there are some thoughts about coaches that have done well in the NCAA tournament.
That calls for a trip to the Situation Room.
The Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room, where we find the guy who knows more about basketball than anybody.
Well, certainly the guys in the afternoon.
They don't know Duty from Shinola about basketball.
Oh, he said they. He didn't say Bart. He said they. That changes everything.
Wow.
That changes everything.
All of us. Not ain't a single dang one of us that knows anything, including the guy that sits there and calls every damn game.
Well, especially that guy. Especially that guy.
I don't know how any of that would rub off on you.
Yeah.
All right, Bart, what can you tell us about coaches that have done well in the NCAA
Yeah,
tournament?
I mean, there are certain coaches who just seem to excel in March. Obviously you have the all-time greats who have great teams during the regular season and carry that success into March. You know, guys like Coach K, Jim Calhoun, Roy Williams. But you also have the coaches who sometimes they have really good regular seasons, sometimes they don't, but they get in the NCAA tournament and they just kill it. And I'm talking like Tom Izzo is the first guy who comes to mind for me as a guy who just always overachieves. Overachieves.
See, you can't speak either.
Overachieves.
He's emotional today.
Jim Boeheim is a guy who always did this. I feel like so many years he would sneak into the NCAA tournament, especially towards the end of his career, as a lower seed and then still make it to the Elite Eight, the Final Four. Rick Pitino is a guy who's done that before. Chris Beard is a guy who's proven to be a younger coach who's proven to be really successful in the tournament. And how about Dana Altman?
Okay.
I feel like that guy is always up to something in the NCAA tournament.
Once a Razorback, always a Razorback. You know what they say.
So there's got to be somebody listening that doesn't know Dana Altman was the coach here. Dana Altman was the coach of the Razorbacks for about 24 hours.
You think when he's at home by himself, he ever wears like Razorback basketball gym shorts?
Listen,
he got a little gear, in the 24 hours he was here.
I don't mind telling you. That's the documentary I want to do. I know nobody else will care. Like Netflix doesn't care and Amazon Prime doesn't care.
I'd watch it.
But I want to do the documentary for Razorback fans. The 24 hours or whatever it was, 23, of Dana Altman.
The Dana Altman
Anytime
experience.
someone says once a Razorback, always a Razorback, I think of Dana Altman. I do. I can't help it.
Another great Razorback moment with Dana Altman.
And it's a distinct privilege. Fortunate enough to have the greatest coach, I think, in America today. Dana, the coach. Here we go.
That was another great Razorback moment with Dana Altman.
Dana, the coach.
Maybe that should have been the first clue.
This was the press conference.
And now, another great Razorback moment with Dana Altman.
With your permission, I'd like to finish my career here at the University of Arkansas. Thank you very much.
That was another great Razorback moment with Dana Altman.
With your permission. 12 hours later, Kevin Trainor was driving them back to the airport from the television ramp down there at Bud Walton Arena with the gaggle of media, myself included, standing around underneath that tree wondering what just happened.
Nobody ever looked more uncomfortable calling the Hogs than Dana Altman.
I was in local news it was terrible. I was in local news at the time, Chuck, and you know what? That's like you're in the news. You got to cover the coaching search. Everybody wants to know who it's going to be, and so you're spending every waking hour like trying to figure out who it's going to be. And then you finally get it done. And then they do the press conference. And then I go to my kid's baseball practice the next day. I'm pulling in, and I get a text. We're having a press conference outside under the tree by the ramp. Dana Altman's leaving. I'm like, what? We got to do this all over again? It was surreal.
Yeah.
It was surreal.
But if that hadn't happened, we would not have gotten to John Pelfrey.
Okay, here's a question. What would have happened if Altman had stayed?
I think he probably would have been successful.
I mean, would he have been here 10 years? Would Arkansas where would Arkansas basketball be? Like, what would have happened?
I mean, I think you're looking at a lot of time spent in the NCAA tournament.
We obviously don't know,
Sweet
but it's
16s, Elite Eights, maybe a Final Four. I mean, Dana Altman's a good coach. You just have to look at what he's done at Oregon, which is not a historically great basketball program.
He was at Creighton at the time.
Yeah.
And they were good and remain good.
I'm going to tell you who's a good postseason coach. It was Muss.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, very much so.
Muss was a hell of a tournament coach.
You give that guy some time to prepare for a first-round game, a Sweet 16 game, you're going to win that game.
All right, let me bring it all the way back home to Cal. So I was talking about this yesterday. I happened to, when I was down there interviewing Adu, they were about to practice, and I saw John Tyson down there. And Tyson was talking about, like, do people not realize the job that he's done this year? He's like, hardly anybody nationally is talking about what a great job. He said, I think it's been a remarkable job given everything that's happened. And I obviously agreed with him. And then I was talking about other things I've heard from people who actually know basketball really well about the coaching job, like in-game and game plans going into games that Cal's done this year. And I said to John Tyson, I said, you couldn't have scripted, and you wouldn't want to script it like this, a better year for all the people who thought Cal can't actually coach, he can only recruit, for him to prove them wrong this year. Because if you go look at the game plans, the out-of-bounds plays, out of timeouts, the adjustments in-game, the constant adjustment to your roster changing, I mean, I think he's done a heck of a job.
There are only 4 coaches in the history of college basketball who have more NCAA tournament wins than John Calipari. And people can say what they want about getting upset here and there. You know who else got upset in the first round a lot? Mike Krzyzewski, who many think would regard as the greatest coach of all time or one of the greatest coaches of all time. He has the most NCAA tournament wins of all time. And he would lose to a 15 seed or a 14 seed or a 13 seed. Like, it happens. Sometimes that type of stuff just happens. So, like, Cal's a really good coach. And maybe it took him coming to Arkansas for people to realize that again.
Oh, I think this year what's happened during the season is, I mean, it's remarkable what happened from about the middle of January to where we are right now. Because they were left dead by the side of the road, by their own people. I mean, not just by the outside world. But, look, Cal's a lightning rod. And he is never going to get the national credit that his people, his fan base, believe that he should. But that's a product of over 30 years. And that's just the cold, hard reality of the deal. But he knows, and the people around him know, and the people that follow the game know. And I'm sure that's enough.
Yeah, and, you know.
They don't know duty from Shinola. About
Bart
basketball.
knows.
Yeah, Bart, we know.
Bart knows.
We know. The afternoon guys don't know. We know. We understand. Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room. Hey, electrify the new year with unbeatable savings at Chevy of Fayetteville. Looking for a tough, dependable truck? Truck Month is here, and that gets you the 25 Chevy Silverado with up to $11,500 off. The 2025 Tahoes up to $12,500 in savings. Truck Month is for a limited time. So get in and get these exclusive deals now, or just go talk to Chris, Mark, Denver. Tell them we sent you over there. Have a conversation about Bart in the Situation Room and how much he does or doesn't know about basketball. They'll engage you on all of that. But you can have some Razorback conversation and check out what they have to offer at Chevy of Fayetteville inside the Fayetteville Auto Park. 7:45 on the Basketball Aficionado Show. Good morning.
I'm not telling you that everything's great. I'm also not willing to say everything's terrible.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
If you haven't tried a Flight by Yuengling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yuengling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yuengling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
You know the sound, you know the place, and you know the time of year that means live racing at Oaklawn is coming. If your Oaklawn is playing favorites, letting it ride on long shots, or just soaking up the vibes of race day, it's time to make your plans and discover your Oaklawn. Live racing starts Friday, December 6th. Reserve seats, rooms in our hotel, or a spot in your favorite Oaklawn restaurant at oaklawn.com.
This is my Oaklawn.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Ready or not, it is tax season. But luckily, H&R Block is here. Whether you need expert help with your taxes or simply have a question or two, your neighborhood H&R Block is here for you. Taxes are hard, but filing with H&R Block is easy. Walk in or make an appointment and get 100% accuracy and your max refund guaranteed. Put 70 years of tax expertise to work for you. Get those taxes squared away today at H&R Block.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but at Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric, we're here to help lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Paschal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopaschal.com today to schedule your service. Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric. Professional people, professional service. See dealer for details with approved credit. Restrictions apply.
Hey, it's Bo Mattingly, and McDonald Eye Associates is my one-stop for any vision need. The progressives they have me in are a game changer, and my new sunglasses are going to be great for baseball season. McDonald Eye was the first practice in the state to perform LASIK, and they have the most experience. They also have the new vision correction options for all ages, including cataract and clear lens replacement to see your best from all distances. For your best vision, McDonald Eye is the place to go. Today's been a strange day.
Yeah, we've had some struggles here and there. Let's just be blunt. Can we be blunt?
Well, it's 50-50 at best.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Harrod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 Fort Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook, where you can check out their work.
That's 782-8940. That's the only number you need to know for all of your heating and air, plumbing, and drain cleaning needs. That's 782-8940, the only number you need to know.
It's Blaylock Heating and Air Conditioning and Plumbing Services. To have a red truck rolling your way today for great American-made York products, give us a call at 782-8940. That's 782-8940.
Up to $10,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off. Or lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer EV. With hands-free driving assistance, go 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds for as low as $800 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I'm just kind of wondering about your hip. Have you taken, Jamie out for like a date at like the club where you guys can dance or anything?
Bo, I thought you was going to ask me something else when you mentioned the hip to Jamie.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
We're going to name the bracket contest now?
Yeah, let's do it. What's the name of our bracket?
The plan was going to do that to do that today. By the way, we already had a plan for Bart versus the World. And then, the circus got on it in the afternoon. And so now it's become like, it's Anchorman stuff. It's like we're going out in the back alley and we're going to fight the news crew.
That's right.
That's somebody who's not a host on that show who thinks they are an expert at basketball, and they don't know Duty from Shinola about basketball.
By the way, nothing could be further from the truth. Nobody in this room watches more basketball than Bart, and if you listen to him,
he knows both duty and Shinola.
And he does.
Not just one, both.
But once again, somebody just says something that came to their mind because it was negative and funny to them, and it was complete crap. But it doesn't matter because they don't have any accountability or credibility. But anyhow, what are we gonna name our bracket contest?
The duty and Shinola bracket.
I mean, I don't know if people will be able to find it. They got to be able to search it and find it.
Yeah, well,
as it relates to the Chuck and Bo show.
We'll post a link on social media as well.
So we're going to do it through ESPN.
Yep, ESPN's tournament.
Walk-Ons is going to give gift cards away.
Yep.
I don't know, $150 to the winner, maybe more. I don't know. We'll see. But we've already got that arranged. You're going to get a Walk-Ons gift card if you win the bracket contest. But
dinner with Bart.
You got to beat Bart.
Dinner with Bart.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to set it up where there's some Bart stake in it. I mean, Bart's not going to win the whole thing. Percentages are you can't beat the field. And by the way, picking a bracket does not indicate your knowledge of basketball, just for the record. I mean, my God.
It's mostly luck. It's mostly filling out a bracket is mostly luck.
You know, it's like if you think Jay Wright's filling out a perfect bracket and you want to say he doesn't know anything about basketball, okay. Like that's not what this is, but it is fun.
Yeah.
So let's have some fun with it. What do you want to name the bracket? Like we got to see what's available. Edward, do you have any ideas? I mean, beat Bart.
It's got good alliteration.
Beat Bart.
Beat Bart's good alliteration. Beat Bart's bracket.
Yeah, beat Bart's bracket.
I mean, that's and I'm a sucker for good alliteration. You guys know that.
Well, yeah.
So, that would be okay.
The Chuck and Bo bracket.
Well, we could do like beat Bart's bracket with the Chuck and Bo show, like in parentheses.
There you go. There you go. I mean, you are hated, like sort of like Cal with the national basketball idiots that don't like them.
Yeah.
I don't know why
I'm hated by idiots.
That's what it is. That's why I call it. That's why, because if you don't like you or Cal, you're an idiot. Right. That's exactly right. That's how we argue in today's world. You have a different opinion? Idiot. It's true.
Some of us have always been that way. Some of us have always been.
What do you mean you have a different opinion? That makes you an idiot. Clearly. I mean, why else would anybody think someone's an idiot? Because they feel differently. It's beautiful.
So is it beat Bart's bracket?
We know where we live now.
We'll go with that.
Beat Bart's bracket.
Now I feel like we need to include idiot in there. Don't be an idiot. Beat Bart's bracket. Chuck and Bo show.
Beat Bart's bracket, you idiots.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, well. Okay. We'll get it out. Post it on social.
Get set up.
If you're not following us on social, you must not be on social media.
Well,
but it's at
hard
Chuck and
to
Bo
escape.
show.
Missing out.
It's hard to escape.
We've really ramped up our social media.
Millions of
fantastic.
people.
Millions of
it
people.
really is great. You guys are fantastic.
You guys have done a great job.
Bo's vision, Edward and Bart carrying it out. No, I'm serious. I'm entirely serious.
Chuck peeking from behind the curtain.
That's right.
Around the corner.
What's going on out there?
How's it going over there,
Hey, man,
guys?
you guys, I don't know. I'm right over here.
All right, let me know when you guys get the dinner reservation.
Yeah, if you guys need anything from me.
I'll come in last. If you wouldn't mind, have me a drink
here
waiting.
Here we go.
Almost 8 o'clock on the Chuck and Bo Show.
You know Chevy of Fayetteville is the #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas? That means nobody sells more cars, trucks, or SUVs than Chevy of Fayetteville. They've been a part of our community for over 25 years. They're supporters of our local schools and the Razorbacks. And they're the best after the sale. An award-winning service and parts department, a waiting area, complimentary loaners. So go see Chris Mark in Denver and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweatnum Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to SweatnumCosmetic.com and click on the Sweatnum Edge.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original Sports Rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
There's no better shopping experience than you're going to find at Macadoodles or at Guess Who in Bentonville. And every Wednesday is Wine Down Wednesday. 15% off every bottle of wine in the store, even if it's already on sale. But when it comes to selection, amazing prices, and unbeatable customer service, Macadoodles and Guess Who in Bentonville is second to none. Wine, beer, and spirits. Stock up for your next party, or just stop by and grab your favorite. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
We were 0-5. They put us all in the coffin. They just didn't put the nails in.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Up to $10,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off. Or lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer EV. With hands-free driving assistance, go 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds for as low as $800 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because our Kansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, partly sunny to mostly sunny skies. It'll be breezy. A high this afternoon right around 75. Winds out of the south 25 to 35 miles per hour. We should see a decrease in any cloud cover. Overnight lows upper 50s, and then sunny, breezy, and cooler temperatures in the 60s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Grain Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936. The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. KERX Paris Fort Smith. You're listening to ESPN 95.3.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages, or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time every time.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen, because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid, and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Save up to $5,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover, for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith, or online at harryrobinson.com.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Jam Mart. They have several locations in the Arkansas area, but I specifically want to talk to you about Jam Mart number 10. Great deli. My goodness. Great lunch, great dinner. But have you had the breakfast yet? It's the best in town. And they have that convenient drive-through window. So when you're heading north or south on 540, take exit number 6 for Jam Mart number 10. 6201 Grand Avenue in Fort Smith. Jam Mart, the leading gas station and convenience store in the area.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
You are all about adversity and creating it for others so that they can grow.
That's right.
In their character.
Well, that's right.
It's a moment of.
How are you going to overcome adversity if I don't create some for you?
It's time for me to inject some adversity into your life so you can be better.
I'm going to put you in a bad spot, and you're going to be a better person for it.
Then you can be more like me, because I've been going through adversity my whole life. So I'm going to put you through some.
That's right.
And then you're going to be better, like I am.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this much.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
We got a great injustice to talk about. We'll get to in a minute.
Really?
Involved the Razorback team that we haven't talked about.
I didn't know that.
Chuck is he's on a layover. He left his house today. He's on a layover here in studio on his way to X&A, and then we'll fly direct to Providence, Rhode Island, a city between New York and Boston, where we don't really know much about what goes on there, but Chuck's going to be there, and he'll let us know tomorrow on the show.
Have a full report.
He'll have a full report of what's happened in Rhode Island, in Providence, overnight. The Friars, you're going to get like some Friars gear while you're there? Like a hoodie or
Brown
something?
University is there. I was not aware of this. Brown University is there.
Isn't that where Chris Berman went?
I don't know.
I think that's where Chris Berman
I think
went.
Arkansas is going to practice there today. And one of the days they are. And,
Ivy League.
Then they're going to go to the Providence practice place.
Go down there and have you a pint with some of those smart kids.
Oh, I'll
from
bet there
Brown
are some smart
at
kids.
a pub.
They would spot me as a rube from the South really
They're
quickly.
like, oh, there he is.
Yeah.
He's the authorities.
Yeah, that's right.
He's here checking
That's
IDs.
a cop. He's got a narc. He's got that narc look about him.
He's checking IDs.
That's right.
Look out for that. So you're going to Providence. Big Z was asked about like where Providence and Rhode Island.
That was pretty funny.
So we'll practice tomorrow, Tuesday, and then we travel to Providence. Probably a 2-hour flight, maybe a little bit longer because you're up in there. What's that? In the United States.
That was Big Z asking
he's
Cal.
from Croatia. I mean, you know.
That's a great answer.
It is a good answer.
In the United States.
Chris Berman did go to Brown, by the way.
Know your Chris
Every
Berman
once in a
trivia.
while, I know something.
Know your Chris Berman.
I would never in a million years have thought that Chris Berman, like that would not have been where I guessed he went to college.
Well, that's
he's
why I knew it.
ESPN elite.
Because it was his dad was so disappointed in him because he wanted him to go be successful, not be some idiot sports anchor. Well, like that's how you know when you go to Brown University. That's probably how people perceive you. What do you mean you're going to go be on like television and talk about sports? But then
It's just sports.
stumbling, fumbling.
It's just sports.
Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
I'd say he's done pretty well for
Oh,
himself.
iconic. Iconic.
He's been around a while.
Chris Berman.
Yeah.
Still around.
Boomer
still doing all kinds of things for ESPN around the NFL. Jonas Adu yesterday. Had a conversation with him for a Hog Pod that comes out today. I'm not trying to promote this as in listen to the Hog Pod that I did an interview
sounds
on.
like it.
I am promoting it from the standpoint of listen
You
to
should,
Jonas Adu because he's interesting.
He is an interesting
And you get to
guy.
know a guy that I think is at this, he's an integral part of whatever success they're going to have in the postseason. Certainly starting with the Kansas game and this matchup with Hunter Dickinson. We'll talk to Jimmy Dykes about it at the bottom of the hour, who FYI, in my opinion, knows a little bit about basketball, just for those that are keeping score late in the afternoon.
Who knows more, Jimmy or Bart? It's close.
Different conversations.
Jimmy.
Well, no, I mean, Jimmy knows how to play the game.
Jimmy's an analyst.
Yeah.
Bart would be a qualified producer for Jimmy to help Jimmy with information that he would then disseminate to the masses. But that's like Chris Felica or Stanford Steve on game day of the past. Same kind of situation.
That makes sense.
Here's Jonas Adu yesterday on Boogie Flan's return.
I mean, it's great. We need him. We need another body for sure. I mean, he's one, I don't know if I said hell of a player. He's a hell of a player for sure. I mean, we need him. He can get downhill. He can score all 3 levels. He knows how to pass. Like, he knows he wants to win. He wants to play and help us. Like, he doesn't want to hurt us. Like, he knows what he has to do. Like, he talked to all of us. He talked to Cal, like, how he's going to help us on the, March Madness, big time. So, like, this is time to, make a name for himself again, because I know a lot of people probably like, what happened to Boogie? What happened to Boogie? Now you're finna find out what happened to Boogie. He finna come back. He finna go kill him.
I mean, does that sound like they're concerned about him coming back and screwing things up?
No. Here's the thing about Boogie. He's been with them, at every opportunity, even since the injury. He's traveled with them. He's a part of the team. And you've talked about, and it's right, they're all individual brands to a great extent, but you're still part of a team. And Boogie's a great teammate, which is about the highest compliment you can pay a player. Yeah. He's a great teammate. And I think that's the reason they're anxious to have him back.
I went through 7 Brew yesterday afternoon, and this kid he can't be 20. He has no idea what I do for a living. They ask, and I try to explain, and they don't know what the Chuck and Bo Show is. And and you know what I said?
Oh, it's true.
And I said, well, Chuck's the voice of the Razorbacks. They go, well, what does that mean?
Yeah. Oh, I fully believe it. I fully believe it.
And so I do the show with him. I'm actually here getting him coffee right now.
Yeah.
And he was going on. It's just funny to hear these strong opinions.
I know.
And it's like, is Thero coming back? And I'm like, no. And he literally just went into deep depression.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't think Thero will be back. Oh, really? He's not.
Man.
Oh, man.
Well,
Boogie's coming back. And DJ Wagner, here's what he said. DJ Wagner's a great facilitator. And maybe he can get Boogie the ball and he can score some. And I'm like, interesting take. That could happen. But maybe Boogie's going to get DJ the ball. And he's going to drive and score. But people are excited about the opportunity here.
Both of them can get to the rim, and that's important this time of year.
You should be excited. Like you're a 10 seed, you're playing Kansas, 7 seed. Are you excited about being in March with an opportunity to go play, go win? We got calls here.
Yeah,
I totally forgot.
No, it's all right.
Cecil, I'm sorry. You've been holding. Go ahead. Cecil, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, good morning, fellas.
What's up, Cecil?
I was actually waiting on Mr. Boyd in the Situation Room. I like that name. Did you come up with that, Bo?
The Situation Room? I think Chuck did.
Yeah.
Any good idea comes from Chuck, and I take
cool,
credit for
man.
it.
It was a
collaborative idea.
I think it actually was. Yeah. We collaborated.
I think it'll go a long way. Anyway, I just Googled it, and man, we're 8-5 since the 0-5 start. That's great, and I'm just excited. Just we're in the tournament. I said that yesterday. I'm gonna say it to the end. But anyway, it's just a thing. Just the team. And Coach Cal, he's spoiled, man, and he's used to going to the tournament every year. And I'm just happy for that, man. And I'm gonna be watching the television. The game starts today. Is that correct? Some games.
Play-in games tonight. 5:40.
Yeah, the play-in game. Yeah, that's great. I mean, it's all good.
True TV.
Hey, I love that. Yeah, I just wanted to jump on and say that, 8-5 is a really good start. So 8-5, if you just, if we would have, I don't know how to say this. This was a question for Boyd.
Yeah.
But 8-5, just 8-5 is great. I don't know the percentage how to, chop that up. If we wouldn't have been, if we would have went 3-2 or something in the start or something, or 3-3. But 8-5 is good since the 0-5 start, man. That's really great, man.
Wow.
And that's about all I got to say today, guys.
Given the schedule.
I enjoy listening.
Thank you, Cecil. We appreciate you. I mean, when you look at 0-5, and let's be honest, I thought it, you thought it, everybody thought it. Are they going to win a game? I mean, it was not unreasonable at that point. I mean, you're 0-5, Boogie's gone out. It's like, what's about to happen here? And I give them full credit just for hanging on to the rope and finding a way to dig out of it, and not just dig out of it, but win games while they were doing it. And the games that they didn't win, with one exception, the games that they didn't win down the stretch, I mean, those were good games, and they could have won. And when you're frustrated after a loss, it means it's because you thought you had a chance to win. And that's what they put themselves, that's the position that they put themselves in. Sterling is in Center Ridge. Sterling, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Bo and Chuck, great show as always, and great job by Bart.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's a Hall of Fame crew here. And,
Agreed. Agreed on Bart.
One of the best shows in the country. One of the best shows in the country.
You're kind, Sterling. Thank you.
Guys, when you played that clip of A Dude talking about Boogie, it was like that time in Mallet, when you had Mallet, when he had his press conference about coming back to play his junior season, and they asked him what his message was to the Razorback fans, and he said, "Get ready." And that just pumped me up. And I was at work when he said that. I just went to screaming, and I was just pumped up. And that's what started to ready to roll right down, Bo.
There you go. Yeah.
That's how they.
Hey, that's a classic right there. You saying that is a classic.
I said that in the break room.
He said it to me.
I said it in the break room early this morning before we ever started.
He said, "I'm ready to roll right now, Bo."
Bo was making fun of my fake chipper appearance, and I said, "I'm ready to roll right now, Bo."
It's true. It happened.
That's how it happened.
Hey, I believe it. And when A.D. was talking about Boogie, when he got done, he said, "Y'all forgot Boogie, and he's gonna come back and he's gonna kill it." I'm ready to roll right now, Bo.
There it is. There it is.
See what?
Put it in the bank. Put it in the bank. Put it in Dropbox. Keep that.
I'm telling you, that got me. I'm just so fired up because you get on social media and you hear people talking about this is going to hurt the team. How Boogie's going to come back and try to fire it up. He's going to try to raise his stock, and he's this and he's that. I hope he don't come back and be selfish. And he's not shown that at all at any point of being selfish. When he's on the side, when he's been injured, he got his jersey on. I ain't never seen basketball players do that, sitting on the bench with his jersey on.
He wants to play. And he's a basketball
He's a ball player.
These guys are ball players.
He's a ball player.
Ball players.
Yeah, that's what they do.
They want to play. And let me just say this, okay? Like, I don't even want to hear it on Friday. If Boogie plays, doesn't play well, you think that's why they lose and that they shouldn't have played him. Like, if that's part of what happens and that's the analysis, fine. But I don't even want to hear he shouldn't have played. Like, just get that. Like, don't even come at me with that on Friday. Because you got to decide right now. You don't get to decide on Friday. You got to decide right now, do we want this guy who's probably a lottery pick to play with us or not? Don't come in here on Friday with some crap about how it messed up the team. You got to sit there and look at this guy and go, hey, he ain't playing because he's going to mess us up. That's just dumb. But you also don't know what's going to happen in the game. But do you want all your bullets or not? But make sure you decide now, because if you got that opinion now, make sure you get that out before the game, because I don't want to hear it after the game.
Yeah.
Don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. You go on, Bo. Keep going. Preach it, baby. I'm telling you, that's exactly right. I don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear that. You want all your bullets. You want every swinging Ricky ready to dig this hole. And you want to make a good, deep run. We need everybody. He wants everybody involved. Kyle said it at his first press conference. He wants, this is not just a Kyle thing. This is an everybody thing. From the janitors at Bud Walton to the athletic director, Hunter Yurchek. We all one nation, one goal. And that's where everybody is focused on one thing. Get behind Boogie. Get behind a lottery pick that want to come back and play. He wants to come back.
Yeah.
Nobody's begging him to come back. He's begging to play.
Well, that's the attitude.
We got people complaining.
Yeah, no, that's dumb. That's the in my opinion. That's the attitude of the whole team, Sterling, which is what Chuck and I talked about today and both like. Got to hit a break. Don't forget tax season's here. H&R Block can help you file. Ready or not, you get it done with them, and they'll help you finish it off. You need expertise when it comes to taxes. They got 70 years of that going to work for you. They're committed to inspiring confidence at tax time and beyond. H&R Block, 816. I'll tell you about this controversy that I think really hosed the Razorback athletic team when we come back.
That's the actual question. What the hell's going on around here?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
The doors doors are open, and it's a new era of elegance. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry has unveiled its stunningly redesigned 8,500 square foot showroom for an unmatched luxury experience. There's breathtaking jewelry, of course, expert service, and private viewing rooms designed for comfort. And they've got an in-house cafe with handcrafted coffee to go along with a special coffee table book celebrating Arkansas's heritage. Because it's more than jewelry, it's your story at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry.
We care a lot about supporting Arkansas businesses here on the Chuck and Bo Show, and we both like keeping our rides looking good. Splash Car Wash just became our new neighbors here in Fayetteville. They're a locally owned Arkansas business, and they've been serving the state since 1989. They're good folks, and you can get a free car wash by texting Splash Arkansas to 22322. That's Splash Arkansas to 22322.
Ready or not, it is tax season. But luckily, H&R Block is here. Whether you need expert help with your taxes or simply have a question or two, your neighborhood H&R Block is here for you. Taxes are hard, but filing with H&R Block is easy. Walk in or make an appointment and get 100% accuracy and your max refund guaranteed. Put 70 years of tax expertise to work for you. Get those taxes squared away today at H&R Block.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You hear that? You hear that?
Back to Save Sports Radio.
Hey, this is Dr. Charlie Liggett with River Valley Smile Center. We dial 782-8940.
Coach Todd Holland, head baseball coach of the University of Arkansas Fort Smith Lions. I call 782-8940.
Stay cool this summer with a York high-efficiency HVAC unit. Or for more information on endless hot water and high-efficiency tankless water heaters, give us a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
Man, I wish I knew you were here. We hear that every day at In Stock Parts, located off Highway 45 across from the cold storage in Fort Smith. Are you a maintenance technician, landscaper, farmer, or a do-it-yourselfer in need of bearings, belts, or roller chain? Or safety supplies like gloves, safety glasses, or earplugs? Maybe you need drill bits, tap and die sets, lubricants, or even a gas-powered pump or generator. Don't waste your time driving around. Stop by In Stock Parts, your industrial parts resource, or check them out online at InStockParts.com. In Stock Parts.
Decisions aren't hard when no matter what you choose, you win. Like with Taco Bell's new $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes. Choose from the $5 Classic box with iconic favorites like a beefy 5-layer burrito, the $7 Supreme box with the Chicken Chalupa Supreme, and more. Or find new obsessions in the $9 Discovery box. Get yours at Taco Bell today. Participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Price and participation varies. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
Up to $10,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off. Or lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer EV. With hands-free driving assistance, go 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds for as low as $800 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I'm dragging a little bit. I don't know exactly why.
That's unnatural for you, Bo. You're one of these high energy guys. You're one of these guys that gets up and, you people make me sick.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
The NCAA Indoor Championships ended in disappointment for the Razorback men's team on Saturday. I don't know if you saw this. We haven't really talked about it yet. There was chaos and confusion.
Chaos.
They're entering the final event. Per WholeHogSports.com, who wrote about it, did a good job covering the story, so thank you for the rest of us. The final event of the meet, 1,600-meter relay, Arkansas was behind leader Southern Cal by 4 points. If the Razorbacks could finish 2 places ahead of the Trojans in the relay, they would win the national championship. On the first leg of the final heat, A&M's guy jostled Arkansas's guy while jockeying for pole position. And Arkansas's guy stumbled off the track and dropped the baton. The officials ruled that Robinson, the A&M runner, flagrantly impeded McElroy, the Arkansas runner, and disqualified A&M. But Arkansas was knocked out of the race, basically, and Arkansas requested to run the relay again alone to record a time. Given that Southern Cal's 4th place finish left Arkansas a window to finish 2nd or higher and win the national championship. And the officials denied their request.
They said no.
This is apparently highly unusual to have this kind of thing happen in a final and the national championship to be on the line. Had it been a preliminary meet, the player or athlete or runner who was interfered with would have just automatically advanced to the final.
Right.
But they're not going to go back and rerun the race. So talk about injustice. Like, that's absolutely getting screwed.
I mean, they got hosed. I don't look, I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm an authority on track rules and they should have done this, should have done that. I don't know.
Well, you don't have to be.
But
you can
if you've just got a little bit of common sense, I mean, you look at it and read the story and realize there was an injustice done.
You don't know Shinola from track.
No, but I know duty. I know duty when I see it.
David is at Searcy. David, you are on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Hey, guys.
Hey, David.
I got one thing to say about Boogie Fland. 10 years from now, when I'm watching him on TV in the NBA, I'm not going to remember his time with the Razorbacks because he was a great athlete. I won't remember his assist to turnover ratio being so good or the fact that he won a game or two for us by scoring the last 10 points. I won't remember any of that. What I'm going to remember is the fact that he chose to risk his NBA career. Anytime you step on the floor, you can have a career-ending injury. He risked what could be a great career in the NBA to come back and play what could amount to one more game with his teammates who happen to be Arkansas Razorbacks. I will never forget this young man for that, and he will always have a special place in my heart for that. And before I go, somebody asked Bart, please, how do you cook your flank steak? Thanks.
Well, I think that was the burning question. We were all afraid to ask.
All the Boogie loved just to get to that.
Yeah. How do you cook your flank steak, Bart?
Well, last night I did it on the stovetop.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Could you be a little more specific?
High heat. I used a little. I used a little avocado oil.
Was there a pan or anything like a skillet?
In a skillet. Avocado oil.
I just didn't know if you went straight on the flat stove.
Yeah, I just put it straight on
butter,
the stovetop. Yeah.
Just you know, I've always wanted to have a flat grill, and I just
I used avocado oil. Bring out the flavor a little bit more, and
that'll do
it.
You don't know crap.
I don't.
It was delicious.
I don't know.
Discrediting Bart is a
Bart
full-time job.
Bart knows, but I don't know. That's why I asked.
Like, I'm telling you, if you come at Bart with comments like that, it's going to be all day.
They don't know duty from Shinola.
It's going to be all day. Because the list of things that Bart does know is endless. It's endless.
You really are knowledgeable.
I mean, I'm serious.
Bart. I know.
You're well read, Chuck. Bart is well studied, and I'm over here just pulling strings.
Who thinks they are an expert at basketball?
Thinks he's an expert.
That's incredible. Jimmy Dykes, who is an expert at basketball, will join us next. Chuck is concluding his layover. He's looking up at the screen right now, and his flight from XNA via the Razorback charter is leaving soon, and he is going to leave us. He's going to go to the airport. He's going to have one of those jet fuel, like, Keurig coffees in the FBO and a bag of peanuts. Maybe
like
a
cookie.
A good cookie before a flight.
He likes a good cookie.
I enjoy a good
and
cookie.
He's gonna jet off to Providence, Rhode Island, where on Thursday night, the Razorbacks
6:10
and John Calipari will face Bill Self and the Kansas Jayhawks.
A Hall of Fame matchup.
How about this?
A Hall of Fame
How
matchup.
about the fact that Cal and Self are 1-1 against each other in the NCAA tournament? And they were both national championship
and one
games.
beat the other for the title, and then the other one returned the favor.
The rubber match.
Meeting in the first round.
In the first round.
Yeah.
The rubber match between these two happens at 6:10 on CBS on Thursday night. All right, Jimmy Dykes coming up. Chuck, have a great trip.
All right, talk to you guys
We'll
in the
talk
morning.
to you tomorrow. Chuck and Bo Show back in a minute. Good morning.
Bo, you said something interesting. I don't think you meant to, but when you talked about those...
The Chuck and Bo Show.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's Bo Mattingly, and McDonald Eye Associates is my one-stop for any vision need. The progressives they have me in are a game changer, and my new sunglasses are going to be great for baseball season. McDonald Eye was the first practice in the state to perform LASIK, and they have the most experience. They also have the new vision correction options for all ages, including cataract and clear lens replacement to see your best from all distances. For your best vision, McDonald Eye is the place to go. When is the last time you thought, oh, the SEC's making an announcement today, and it's going to be good for the Hogs?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Well, coming into the game is Mac Jones. And that brings the crowd to its feet. They love this guy here in Arkansas. How about this?
The ball.
Campbell actually thought he had that dunk, and now he's just busted it. Jones! Why not? Look at the smile at this place. Is wild about Matt Jones.
Listen to Halftime, weekdays from 11 to 2, only on ESPN 95.3.
Save up to $5,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover, for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
Superior Siding and Windows have been improving homes in Fort Smith and the River Valley for over 44 years. Whether your need is siding, vinyl windows, doors, or gutters, Superior Siding is the one to call if you want it done right the first time. Call 479-646-7888 for a free estimate. 100% financing is available, and Superior Siding has AAA rating with Better Business Bureau. Superior Siding, your first call, 479-646-7888.
Attention business owners, are you overpaying for your website, dropping thousands up front and shelling out more than $95 a month? Stop the madness! With Modular Orange, you get a custom-built, fully managed website for just $95 a month. No hidden fees, no headaches. They write it, build it, launch it, update it, and secure it so you can focus on your business. Ditch the overpriced hassle and go simple. Visit modularorange.com today. That's modularorange.com.
Hey, Ty Richardson for JamMart. JamMart is always trying to save you money, and that's why they partner with Valero. Hook up your checking account to the Valero Pay Plus app, and you'll get 10 cents off a gallon, plus other special deals on holidays and more. JamMart and Valero, passing on the savings to you. Now available at the 3 Fort Smith Valero JamMart locations. And stop by any of the 6 JamMart locations in the area. JamMart, the leading gas station and convenience store in the region.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Harrod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 Fort Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook, where you can check out their work.
When
Winter has arrived, bringing frosty mornings, holiday travels, and unpredictable roads. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we've got you covered. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your vehicle for everything winter has in store. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
We got to ham and egg it on this show. You know, sometimes you're going to have it.
Sometimes you're the ham. Sometimes you're the egg.
And, you know, sometimes I'm not going to have it. What does that even mean?
Sometimes you're the hammer. Sometimes you're the nail.
Sometimes you're the windshield.
That's
sometimes
right.
you're the bug.
That's right.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, Chuck's on his way to the airport, headed to Providence. Razorbacks are a 10 seed playing Kansas, a 7 seed. Here to talk about the NCAA tournament. More Jimmy Dykes, ESPN college basketball analyst, longtime friend of the show. Jimmy, we got all we asked for in Nashville, didn't we? From a basketball competitive entertainment standpoint, that was everything the SEC was cracked up to be all year.
Yeah, it's as good as it gets. You know, it was a historical league backed up by probably a historical tournament when you look at the 4 teams that made it to the semifinals, and Texas playing their way in, and Commissioner Sankey's sitting there 5 years after I think we had to cancel the tournament for COVID.
Mm-hmm.
I remember taking a picture of him sitting all by himself in the end zone as he started to scrabble his notes, and to think that where that tournament is from that point to where we were this past weekend is pretty remarkable rise for that league. So now the challenge is for them to pay it off with a deep run with multiple teams and a national champion. They haven't, league hadn't had one since 2012. So there'll be a lot of people watching it now thinking, okay, is this league really that good? Or did we overestimate them in the regular season because we put a lot of value in that NCAA tournament? Right or wrong, that's how coaches, teams, and leagues are judged, and now we'll see where the SEC falls in that area.
Yeah, how do you sum that up, Jimmy, or analyze the difficulty of the league, and how does that help teams, Arkansas and everybody else, 14 teams from the league, incredible number of teams in the NCAA tournament. How does that help them going into the big dance, or does it still come down to just like the matchup you draw and how you match up with that team?
Well, that league's going to have 14 bites at the apple. That's a lot of bites for a league to try to chew off in advance to do that tournament. But it's about matchups now, and as crazy as it sounds, we don't always crown the best team in college basketball. We crown the one that had the best draw and played the best over a 3-week period. And sometimes that gets not confused, but sometimes you can debate what's the best team overall. Is it the regular season national champion, which you could say is the overall 1 seed, which this year would be Auburn, or do you view it as the team that won the tournament? And that thing's about matchups. And like I just use Auburn for example. Auburn's the overall number 1 seed, and sitting right there in their Sweet 16 matchup if they get there is A&M. And A&M is a bad matchup for Auburn. I just did the game this year. A&M beat them because of the styles of play, how Auburn likes to play offense, and what A&M does to you defensively. So that's what the beauty of the tournament is, though. That's what's good about the SEC is they have seen everything. Auburn has seen every defense possible this year. Arkansas has seen every offensive style out there. So they go into the tournament prepared. I do know that.
Let's go to that matchup with Arkansas. Kansas, Arkansas obviously had the exhibition game. I don't know if there's any real value in that, given, players that were missing in the game and all that and how long ago it was. But what about this matchup from an Arkansas perspective could you tell us?
Yeah, I don't think that first matchup has much or anything to do with it at all. They might go back and watch that film, but those two teams are completely different now than they were back then. And you guys were there. You remember Arkansas? That felt like they were playing for the SEC championship that night. Yeah. That place was loud, full band, cheerleaders, a whole bit. I did the game. I talked to Bill Self that day, so I thought I was coming down here for more kind of like a controlled scrimmage. I said, no, Coach. Calipari walks out of that tunnel, you're going to realize they're here for blood. And so we'll see. It's the one thing that Kansas still has is that 7'2" Hunter Dickinson. He's a game changer, and the Big 12 kind of they've seen now for multiple years, but he did not play against Arkansas. So the first question is, when you play Kansas, do you have a defense or a defender that can negate Hunter Dickinson? You're not going to be the National Player of the Year, but he was the preseason National Player of the Year for a lot of people. And that puts a lot now on Jonas Aidoo, who's played really well. But if you go back and watch Tennessee play last year against Zach Edey and Purdue, Jonas Aidoo did not hold up in that game. Now, Hunter Dickinson's not Zach Edey, but it gives you a little bit of a glimpse that Jonas Aidoo has to be good in this game. You have to have some size, and so we'll see what happens with that matchup. But the interesting thing to me, and Chuck, you guys probably have talked about a lot, is what does bringing Boogie Fland back to Arkansas do? Does it elevate them with another ball handler and just another guy, another live body, or does it possibly disrupt the flow that Arkansas has had? So that's going to be a great question just to watch unfold right there in the tournament. We don't have one game to say this is what Arkansas is going to look like. We're going to watch it when it goes down.
Yeah, Jimmy, if you're Cal, what do you do there? I mean, you want to go in with all your bullets. You also have a team that's playing maybe its best basketball of the year, but you have some deficiencies that he can maybe help with. So how do you? Yeah. It's a little bit of a conundrum, but you certainly don't want to go play without him if he's available, I would think.
No, yeah, exactly, and I get it. Like I was in ESPN studio Sunday night, and I said the same thing. Like, do you bring a guy in and disrupt what got Arkansas into the tournament, or do you bring a guy in and say, hey, we're going to make us even better? So I believe I haven't talked with Coach, but I believe I saw somewhere maybe in a press conference or something that he told Boogie, hey, you may only play 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But just get out there and do what you can do. And I think to Boogie's credit, I believe he said, I don't want to disrupt what we're doing, but it's hard, man. It's hard not to bring a kid back that's that talented and that good, wants to play, wants to come back and help his team. So I think ultimately, it's all positive for Arkansas.
Jimmy Dykes, ESPN college basketball analyst, with us on the Chuck and Bo Show. Chuck on his way to the airport, heading to Providence for the Hogs play at 6:10 on Thursday night against Kansas.
Yeah, I thought you were kind of dominating this interview.
Yeah, I knew you missed me saying that on the front end, and that you were like, listen, I can take a lot of you, Bo, but it's nice to just get a little Chuck in there, just a little breather from the just badgering. Yeah. So yeah, Chuck's listening right now, and he's feeling really good about himself for you bringing that up. So
as he should.
Yeah, it's perfect as he makes his way 49 North. Chuck, call in with a traffic report if you hit anything, please. We want to let everybody know how it's going. Jonas Aidoo, I spent a little bit of time yesterday with him for a hog pod, and he indicated, what I think a lot of teams are probably feeling right now, but I think Arkansas has reason to feel this way. They feel like they're peaking in March. They feel like we're figuring it out. What about this team, Jimmy, gives them a chance to make some sort of run, beating Kansas, and then can they get St. John's from there? Or what gives them a chance, and what do they got to kind of watch out for?
Yeah, I love the belief. I love the belief in that statement by Jonas Aidoo, and that's a big deal in March. Is the confidence level you have. Are you hot? Are you playing your best ball? Which usually Arkansas is. I know they got knocked out of the SEC tournament, but they're playing well. Are they hot? Are they healthy? Are they hungry? Those are the three good H's to think about in March. And if Boogie Fland's back, at least they're healthier than they have been. I do think they're a hungry, driven squad. I mean, Cal, he lives for March, and he's had some years old last 5 at Kentucky that it didn't go his way, but he'll be the first to tell you that, man, he loves March Madness and trying to make a deep run in that tournament. So I think if you're Arkansas, you've got to stay with who you are, how you got there. Hope that Boogie Fland is kind of just that extra guy off the bench that provides a spark, and the longer Arkansas is in it, maybe the more he plays. To me, the problem for Arkansas or Kansas, either one, whoever wins that game, I think you're going up against a team that, if they weren't in the same bracket with Florida, I might have picked St. John's to win the whole thing.
Wow.
I think they're that good. Historically, Bo, it's one of the best defensive seasons we've had from a team in a long time. The 3 best defensive teams in this league are in the tournament, are Houston, Tennessee, and St. John's. I might have had them in the wrong order because Kansas and Arkansas both, if they advance, and there's no guarantee that St. John's is going to beat Omaha, but if they do, that St. John's team is just a different breed. If you watch Houston play, they're Houston. They don't shoot it quite as well, but that's a real challenge for any team in this tournament, not just Arkansas or Kansas, I think.
How good is Rick Pitino?
He's great. Like, he's a Hall of Famer. He's a great basketball coach. Like, he's a great college basketball coach that still is old school tough. Go back to watch his press conference this year. He called his team out a couple of times. Said at one point he was miserable. These guys don't get it. But he has a way to keep them going and keep them believing in him, and ultimately playing a style that fits that team. In the portal these days, you can try your best to at least put together the type of team that you really want. You've got the proof of older guys that have proven it at other colleges, and you go handpick those guys. If you're an offensive mind, you're going after shooters and ball handlers like Mark Byington did at Vanderbilt. If you're an old school, tough, rugged John Chaney, Temple type guy like Pitino is a little bit this year, that's the kind of team he put together. So he's a great coach, and it would be must-see TV if John Calipari is playing Rick Pitino in the second round, because there's a history between those two guys. Yeah. There's a little bit of history there.
Yeah, it's fascinating. I think Cal and Pitino, and you know them way better than I do, obviously, I think they're both having fun this year coaching. Like, it's different, and Cal's been through a lot of adversity. But he just seems to really be enjoying coaching, and Pitino seems to really be enjoying it. And they both have TV shows on Vice. One's on Monday and one's on Tuesday, and we've kind of got a behind-the-scenes look at it all. It's almost gone like a cycle for them, It's been interesting. At least that's my perspective.
No, both you're spot on. Because those two guys now they've been both of them have been the head coach of Kentucky. It does not get any higher than that. The pressure, the spotlight, the expectations, the good, the bad that comes with college coaching, it does not get any better than Kentucky. So now they have recycled or reworked their way to a different job, good jobs. Terrific jobs. St. John's and Arkansas are great college basketball jobs. It doesn't have the spotlight of a Kentucky. I think they're both at the age and confident with themselves that I don't think they're in love with the portal and NIL and all the things you have to do these days, but they still love coaching kids and coaching basketball and that part of the job. And I think they're both in a great spot. Like, it's all basketball with those guys, and that's a good spot to be in. Rick Barnes in a similar spot at Tennessee. Those kind of guys can coach and get away with saying what they want to say, like Izzo. You look at 4 older coaches in this tournament this year that have a chance to, have great runs. Izzo and Barnes are right there with them. So that's a good spot for all of us to hope we can be in someday. We love our work.
Yeah.
We're not caught up in all the bells and whistles of it. We just still love the grind of our job or the grind of our lifestyle. And those two guys I think you're very accurate what you're saying about them both. And that's a good thing for them.
It's wild. Cal, Self, Patino, all in the same spot as the NCAA tournament gets underway. All right, I'm out of time, but I got to ask you this real quick. If you give me 30 seconds on Final Four, is there a chance you get all 4 SEC teams, 3 SEC teams? What are you thinking on that?
Man, it's such a gamble. Like, the best way to figure out your bracket, I tweeted last night, 18 of the 20 past national champions have had a shade of blue as their school color. So just go with that. Like, literally, just go with that. But right now, I mean, I had Michigan State, Duke, Tennessee, and Florida. And I took Tennessee and Florida to play for the title. It's the best league in the history of college basketball, and those two teams just played in the finals of the SEC tournament. So I think there's a chance those two meet off again.
That's good stuff. Jimmy, always great, man. Thanks for making time for us. Love having you on every time, and we'll talk soon.
Okay, Bo. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Jimmy Dykes, I don't think anybody's better in the country talking college basketball. I mean that, and I really appreciate him always making time for us. Got to hit a break. Hey, don't forget to hit your taxes. H&R Block can help you out. Ready or not, it's here. So go to an H&R Block, make an appointment, or just walk in and get 100% accuracy and your max refund guaranteed. 847. Good morning.
I don't like getting up early in the mornings. I mean, even to go duck hunting, but I do get up every morning now to listen to you guys.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
If you're having issues with your gutters or drainage around the house, you need to call Hog Trough Gutters. They're locally owned and operated with over 30 years of experience. Seamless gutters made on site, trenching and French drains. Plus, they're fully licensed and insured, and every job comes with a 20-year guarantee. Hog Trough Gutters services all of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Log on to their website, hoggutters.com, to find out more. That's hog, Gutters.com.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but at Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric, we're here to help lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Paschal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit GoPaschal.com today to schedule your service. Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric. Professional people, professional service. See dealer for details with approved credit. Restrictions apply.
I'm Dr. Scotty Bolding, a native Arkansan oral and maxillofacial surgeon. One of my goals is to make Arkansans healthier.
If you have sleep disorder breathing, it's important to treat it properly. The standard treatment's a breathing machine called CPAP. It helps you breathe during the night. However, there are other options thanks to some truly innovative and proven technologies.
Sleep is probably God's gift of medicine that we really don't utilize enough. If you have obstructive sleep apnea, it needs to be treated. So you need to be wearing your CPAP. So if you're not wearing your CPAP, there are some potential surgical solutions that can help you that actually work today. By correcting the jaw deformities that may be causing this obstructive sleep apnea is where we focus.
Dr. Bolding at Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine works carefully with your sleep physician, determines where the underlying obstruction may be, and provides surgical solutions that open the airway, allowing you to breathe better.
Hey, give us a call, 479-755-3000, or log on to our website, precedent.com, Precedent. We'd love to help.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Flight by Yuengling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yuengling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass. Raise the bar. Flight by Yuengling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yuengling & Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Yeah, does Chuck sleep that much? Because it just sometimes,
He's old, so when you get old, you don't really sleep as much.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Save up to $5,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover, for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith, or online at harryrobinson.com.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
I want to ride my bicycle, bicycle, bicycle.
Looking for a new ride or need a tune-up? Champion Cycling in Fort Smith has you covered. From top-of-the-line bikes like Specialized and Surly to expert repairs, apparel, and accessories, we've got everything you need to hit the trails. Stop by 5500 Mazard Road during business hours or shop anytime online at championcycling.com. Champion Cycling, helping you share in the joy of cycling.
Let's go. It's Hot Wing Madness at TGI Fridays in Fort Smith. Hey, this is Phil Elson. Join me and Matt Jones for Halftime Live at TGI Fridays in Fort Smith for the first 2 days on Thursday and Friday of the Big Dance. Chow down on 50-cent wings, $3 pints, and $15 buckets of beer. Hot Wing Madness is back. 50-cent wings Thursday and Friday at TGI Fridays, I-540 and Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Have you ever won a raffle? Anybody here won a raffle?
Dang right I have.
Have you really?
Yeah,
What'd you win?
Like a small screen TV or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you're just a winner. I mean, Bo's a winner.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, if you're marking a moment, Blakeman's is the place to do it. A new era of elegance. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry has unveiled its stunningly redesigned showroom, crafted for an unmatched luxury experience. They've even got a coffee shop in there. Get a latte, take a browse, and mark your moment. Life's full of moments. Mark it. It's more than jewelry. It's your story. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. As we get ready for the NCAA tournament, I am reminded of this is a great example of how life happens. If you're logical, you know that Bubba Cunningham, the selection chair, who is the AD at North Carolina, has no bearing and no say on whether North Carolina gets into the NCAA tournament. But the stories are rampant because he gets a $100,000 bonus as the AD if his basketball team goes to the NCAA tournament. And so the conspiracy theories are running wild. But if you're logical, you know there's no way that can happen. He has no influence on his team getting into the tournament. But yet people will run with the story. And I'm reminded that's an example of something that happens every day all over the place on social media. It's the biggest non-story story around the NCAA tournament right now. He has no say. He's not allowed in the room. He doesn't get a vote. And by the way, this selection chairman does not pick the teams. There's an entire committee.
Not alone.
And the idea that all those other people on the committee wants Bubba Cunningham to get a six-figure bonus is hilarious. The Chuck and Bo bracket's going to be out today. What's it called? Go to ESPN.
Yep. It's called the Beat Bart's bracket.
Beat Bart's bracket from the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN Tournament Challenge. $150 gift card to walk-ons up for grabs. So get your bracket filled out. It doesn't have to be filled out until Thursday before the first game, right?
That's right, yeah.
It'll be on social media, a link.
Yep, we're going to put a link out everywhere.
At Chuck and Bo Show. You follow us on social media. If you missed the show, check out the podcast. Miss any or catch any hour you missed. At Chuck and Bo Show, Spotify, Apple. Chuck and Bo Show back tomorrow. Chuck will be in Providence.
We care a lot about supporting Arkansas businesses here on the Chuck and Bo Show, and we both like keeping our rides looking good.